And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Let me know in a moment here if the music is louder than normal. I know I increased the output of music coming out of my speakers because Jackson came up here a few days ago, and to distract him, I put on some Mickey Mouse. I don't know if that actually affected the stream music audio, but if it seems louder than normal, let me know and I can scale it back just a little bit, but music's okay. Okay. Yeah, let me know. I don't think it actually affected the stream audio, but in case it does seem really loud, just let me know. But hello, everybody. Let's see who's here today. We've got my tech review, Armor Printing's in the house, Beads is here, Troy, Amar, Nerdy Blacksmith, Elizabeth, Bella52, Nice is here, nice and early, RH3D. I got caught up on Discord messages and I just realized I never responded to you, which can only mean that I actually read most of your message at some point, and then when I got distracted, didn't mark it as marked unread to go back to it. So I have to do that. I'm sorry. I was proud that I was like, I got caught up on messages, but seeing you here makes me realize that I didn't see your message, which means that I have to have marked it at some point, and I'm super sorry for that. Mark's here, Lord Getface, Dusty Ham, what a name, I love it. Alan's here, Clown Hammer, Wayne, the Ranch Kid. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm waiting. I know. I'm sorry. I was so proud. I was like, okay, I'm like down to 8 emails and my Discord's clear, but I must have dropped the ball. So, Buddha3D, how's it going? Tunke's in the house. Troy's here. I hope everyone is doing fantastic. I almost didn't think the stream was going to happen. For anyone that's been following, I think it was like 3 months ago, we switched from cable to fiber, and it's been awesome. And then 2 days ago, all of a sudden I had no internet, so I was like, huh, weird. Came up here, reset the modem, everything was fine. And then yesterday, it was fine all day. I went downstairs probably around 5 or 6 p.m. and we had no internet. And I reset the modem a bunch of times and saw that only the power light was lit up, but there was no data coming through. So I hopped on the phone with customer support last night, who walked me through all of the very basic steps that is like tier 1 support. So, you know, is it plugged in? Restart the power, ping Google. So the cool thing is they were able to get somebody out at like 8 a.m. this morning. So, and they actually told me the modem's dead. So apparently, I think I had a Nokia modem is what they gave me. And they said that they found out, they just had a meeting this morning that like 100 of the modems that they installed were faulty. So I guess Nokia, they said, had some issue with the resin they used on their PCBs. So yeah, it died in 3 months, but they said they actually had a few customers where they installed it and 3 hours later they had to come back. So anyways, so we are up and running. After I switched to fiber, they had a 2-day, oh my God. Hey Doom, hey Beads, I'm excited, I'm super excited. Hey Down Under, so for anyone that isn't on X or Twitter or whatever we're calling it nowadays, I did announce, because Jason let me know last night, we are actually giving away a box turtle kit. There is a limitation as far as where the winner can be that wins this. And the good thing is that the limitation isn't very limited. So the giveaway will be for anyone in the US, anyone in Canada, anyone in EU, anyone in the UK, and anyone in Australia. So anyone outside of there, unfortunately, won't be able to win this, but everyone else that will be eligible. So I think what we'll do is we'll do our normal giveaway drawing, and we'll probably do, I'm trying to think, do we want to do box turtle and then do we want to do polymaker, or polymaker and the box turtle? We'll figure that out later, but it'll be the same entry, and whoever wins the polymaker spool, if we do that first, I won't remove your name, so you'll still be in the wheel if we do it that direction for the box turtle as well. So for anyone that is not familiar with box turtle, I am so excited. I've been wanting something like this ever since using an AMS on one of Bamboo's printers, and it's sort of like an open source AMS-y type thing compatible with Clipper printers. So basically let's just take a quick look at the GitHub repository. Also, LDO did provide the kit, so massive thank you to them for this build. And LDO and Fabrico together provided the LDO ABS that I used for this. So I did want to also mention that. Hey Liz, I didn't see you in there. Pez Liz is here. Vat Engineering. I think I've caught most people. Armored Turtle's here. Also doesn't have to be gray plain box. Yes, you can customize the crap out of it. Jen's here. How's it going from non-kangaroo land? So this is the official GitHub repository, and I will say that, like, I printed all these parts out on the +4 and I just did single color. Oh my gosh, PF Dennis with the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, man. Air horn, cheers. We got a thank you to PF Dennis for being an awesome channel supporter and always gifting, I mean, not always, but like all the time gifting memberships. It's really appreciated. Thank you. Delvin, hello from France. Hello, welcome, welcome. So yes, this is it. This is a much prettier version than the one I printed out. I ended up just going with like standard stuff, and I didn't do accents other than the parts that said accent in the file I downloaded. So it's not as pretty, but this is basically a very gorgeous looking version of a Box Turtle render. So Box Turtle is exactly what it appears to be, an open source AMS style filament changer for clipper machines. It requires the AFC clipper add-on, and the goal is to deliver a user experience as close to AMS as possible in vanilla clipper. AMS for any clipperized printer regardless of form factor, but Voron design printers in particular. How it works, it's an automated lane-based filament changing system, also known as Type B MMU. Each lane is equipped with its own dedicated motor that moves filament to and from the toolhead independently. The thing I'm so excited about is on any MMU system out there, the actual retracting, or the, what do we call it? The, oh gosh, what's the word? Like the preloading of filament. Like if we look at the Prusa MMU 3 that we built, for example, I think it was the 3 or the 4, whatever the latest one is, I really like their system, but the spool management for me has been an absolute just chore to figure out how do I place filament that doesn't take up an entire workspace since I can't wall mount it. So having this package where you can just set it on top of a printer is freaking awesome. The buffer, that's the word. Yeah, the buffer is the word. Thank you. So yeah, so it requires a clipper add-on. Also, everyone seems to recommend tip cutting instead of tip forming, so that's what we're gonna do. My initial plan actually was to use the Chitty +4 because the Chitty +4 has a nice flat top where we could set it on. It's running clipper and it has a cutter built in and a filament runout sensor in the toolhead. However, when I hopped into the Box Turtle GitHub just probably 4 days ago, I started doing some like recon about anyone that's been running this, and there's like one person running it on the, I think it's the Chitty, oh gosh, the Q1. I think it's the Q1 that they're running it on. And there's someone else that was setting it up on the +4, but you lose your screen. So it would require like installing a clipper screen or using a different screen. And then there's some sort of, like a lot of macros have to be done. And I think there was mention of some changes to the way the bed sensors work, because they use load cells and an inductive probe. So because Chitty is releasing their own box setup, hopefully at some point, I'm not going to do that. It's likely going to be going on the 2.4. So my plan for this build series is part 1 will be just assembling the Box Turtle unit itself. And then Steve and I are doing a build. We've talked about this for a while on TikTok. So there's a good chance that once the main unit's done, I'll do that stream with Steve, and then we'll return to Box Turtle, which will basically be taking the 2.4 and installing the Filamatrix toolhead, or some toolhead, either that one, or I think someone said there's a stealth burner variant. I'll figure that out when we cross that bridge. But for now, we're building the main unit itself. That is the primary goal right now. So nice, with the 32 months, smash the like button, everybody. Yes, thank you so much. Nice. So that is the game plan. The hot processors on the Chitties are weak sauce host. Oh yes. So yeah, also Chitty's setup is running Dirty Clipper. I think that they're typically running maker-based boards. I can't remember offhand what the controller was on the Chitty +4, but generally they've been running like maker-based white labeled boards. And then the thing I saw also was that they're running in their toolhead board, it's like it requires some sort of custom bootloader to flash. It's sort of complicated. So I just, after looking at it, I'm like, yeah, it's not ideally what we're looking to do. Wayne with the 23 months, almost 2 freaking years. We'll do Hadouken, and RS with the 29 months. Fun stream. We'll do Squirrel, and we'll do Cheer. Thank you so much. Hey Jack. Hey Jose. So yeah, I think the first thing we'll do is just get everything out of the LDO box here and see what all is included. I got files in case we need files. Matthew with the 27 months. I can't believe we have so many two year coming up on 3D. We'll do air horn and a cheers. All the sound effects. I'm considering this on my +4. I would highly recommend, there is someone working on the +4 right now, and I would highly recommend, if you're not, you're probably, hello, You're probably already in the Discord, but I would follow their progress and thread and all that. Oh my God. Can I do this without tearing the outside box? I don't think so. It did get a little bit smashed the corners in shipping. I'm assuming everything is fine. I'm probably gonna... All right. Well, that's the stream, folks. There we go. I have been defeated. Okay, so beautiful cover is coming off. What does this say? TN switch instructions. Due to an issue with the switches missing levers, a simple modification is required when you receive the 14MPG hard mount kits. Locate the arm mount switches in the Filametrix bag. Okay, so this is for the Filametrix stuff. Find the buffer 1 and 2 cables, remove the existing switches from buffer 1, and replace them with Omron switches from the Filametrix bag. Okay. Leave that paper out. Someone remind me to do that. Ted, with the 28 months! How's it going, buddy? It has been quite a long time. No, it's not in my Discord. It's in the official Box Turtle Discord. So if you go to the Box Turtle Discord and you just search +4, that's what pulled it up for me. +4 or Cheaty, one of the two, and you'll find the thread. It's two people, the person that has the Q1 Pro and the person that's doing the +4 actively. So PF with the 31 freaking months. I know, I can't believe it's coming up on 3 years. Okay, let's open this bad boy up. Documentation is inside. Oh, cool. Fabrico had sent over some Box Turtle stickers, but it looks like this also comes with a adorable... The logo is so freaking cute. Little turtle with colors sitting on a box. And then we've got our bomb, which this one is for you to go through and check everything. There's basically what's included, quantity, and then a little column where you can check things. We should probably check that, but we're just gonna hope for the best. So this is the big BT AFC kit. So I'm assuming it says locate the Omron DFL2 switches. We'll do this before we start messing with any electronics. So we've got a bunch of cables. We've got our LDO typically does this. It's some clear PTG, which is for the diffusers for the LEDs, but I did already print out everything, so I've got that. But if you don't have that, you do get some. We've got, this doesn't look like reverse Bowden. This looks like actual Bowden cables. The inner diameter looks like it's probably 2 millimeters. So a bunch of PTFE. This looks like reverse Bowden. Yep. So this is a much wider inner diameter. We've got, these look like rubber grips, which I'm assuming are going to go on the wheels. We've got Big Tree Tech TMC 2209. So we've got 4 drivers. So I'm guessing 1 for each of the lanes. We have got, looks like just little grippy feet. One of the things that is in the STLs is printable, hey Dom, is printable TPU feet. So if depending on whether because you can self-source, if you're self-sourcing, you can print them out yourself, but if you get the kit, it does come with that. Oh my God, there's a little turtle. Oh, this is cute. I'm probably gonna give this to Erin, see if she wants to put it on her keys or something. Got a little turtle. That's so cool. Look at that. I didn't know that was going to be in here. All right, we got a cool sticker and a cool turtle keychain. I dig that. Hardware for wheels. Looks like we've got some heat inserts and a bunch of M3 screws, some smaller ones and some longer ones, all button heads. This is for the Filametrix, so toolhead, really cool that it comes with all the stuff for that. I'm really curious to see what the conversion's like. So my 2.4 right now is running just a standard stealth burner, but it's also running the Big Tree Tech, their USB board. I can't think of what it's called, the one for the stealth burner. It's like, is it the SBB? I'm probably mixing Big Tree Techs up. So I'm not sure how that mounts on Filametrix, if it'll mount or whether I'll have to find another toolhead board. I really don't know. So I'll have to do some research on that. The turtle is adorable, right? Hey Shane, good afternoon. We've got our BT AFC kit. So for TN buffers and BT hard mounts, this has got some roll-in nuts, some socket heads, some looks like larger heat inserts, maybe they're M4, but yep, we've got that kit for that. really nice main kit, which is primarily what we'll be opening right now. Comes with a bunch of zip ties, some grease, we've got fans, we've got the long posts, we've got some, I think these are MJF printed gears. I do know that I talked to Steve, and I think that Jason even told me that the larger gears are kind of loose and they will require some glue. I think what I'll do is what Steve did, which is use the printed larger gears and just use the MJF for the smaller ones. I try myself with glue. I'd rather not use glue if I don't have to. I assume that's something that'll be corrected in future kits, like the tolerances on that. Hey, Steve's here. Did I miss Steve? I did. Hey, Steve. I was just talking about you. I'm sure you heard since you were here. But yeah, main hardware kit. We've got our extrusions. I went with black. There is a few different color options, but I went with black extrusions. The Starlight, I think it's called Starlight Gray for the primary, and then this is what the color is. It's LDO's blue ABS for my accents. So I think it'll look really nice, the black, gray, and blue. Hey, Benny! So we got that. We've got the AFC light board, which we'll take a look at, and then we've got a stepper kit. So I'm gonna take all of this out for now. Throw the box over here. Let's pull out the extrusions. Probably gonna be the first thing we'll be, maybe it's not the first thing we're doing actually. It's probably gonna be building the lanes, but we'll take a look at these. Even though it's black extrusions, LDO black extrusions are exceptionally pretty. They've got, maybe I won't take them all, I'll just kind of do this, but they've got, because I think they are either bead blasting or sandblasting before the anodization process, that's not really doing it justice, but it's almost got like a glittery shimmer to them. They're really, really nice. So I've used these for, what have I built? I've done this stealth burner. No, I've done the switch wire and the 2.4, both using their black extrusions, and I just really, really like them. So there's that one, and then I'll just do the same thing, kind of rip the edge off here if I can. And then we'll leave them in until the instructions actually call for them. Hey, Shrimp Father, aka Marlin, how's it going? Deanna here too. Hey, Deanna's here. How's it going? Yeah, I won't really take these out. I mean, it's the same really pretty black extrusions. So looks like there's two sizes. You got a shorter size and a longer size, which should be simple to keep things organized, which is nice. Let's take a quick look at the stepper kit. Oh, these are cool. They're just little small, like extruder steppers. Let's throw the silica. Nope, I missed. But these are the motors, and they are, let's see, I'll show the back of them really quickly here, and I'll read it too. 1.8 degree, 36 millimeter pancakes, and the model is LDO 36 STH20 104AHG for anyone curious. So there are these here. Hey, Thunder Keys is here. How's it going? Makermind, how you doing? Greetings and salutations. How you doing, man? So we will leave those motors in here for a second. And let's take a look at the board. I think this is probably got to be similar to the board that I saw at 3D Printopia that was on the machine. A lot of connections. So here's the board that is included. You can see we've got our 4 stepper slots for those TMC 2209s. It is a STM32H723V and yeah, this is it. We've got lots of 3 connections, some 2 connections. We've got USB-C, a switch, and a 4-port connection, which I don't know. Is this running CAN? I wouldn't think so. It's USB. I don't know. I'm not sure. We've got a fuse protection, and yeah, it's a sweet looking board. So there is that. Hey, Nuno. Okay, it is CAN. CAN and power. Awesome. So we have got that. It does run CAN. Okay, sweet. Is CAN a requirement or no? It's an option. That's a good question I have. I'm going in relatively blind. I gotta say, I'm going in pretty blind. I know a bit, I know of the project, but I've kind of been waiting as things have progressed and I haven't really watched much. So I'm curious to see how it all goes here. Let me see, where is... Okay, so here's the instructions. You've got a calibration fidget, which I probably should have made. I'm hoping for the best, but here's the calibration fidget. And we are going to start with the box turtle manual. So, introduction. This manual will walk you through the process of preparing for and assembly a box turtle AFC by Armored Turtle. The introduction provides an overview of how to use this manual, along with guidance on the key decisions you'll need to make before printing. Oopsies! Before printing your parts. Hey, Griffins. I can't wait to get and build my own turtle. On that note, I can't wait to eventually finish building my 2.4. How far into the process are you, Deanna, on the 2.4? This manual presents each step of the assembly process in 3D space. That's very cool. I do like that a lot. To help avoid confusion and clearly illustrate the correct parts, at the top of the page you'll see 3 options. You can select different colors for your printed parts and frame to make identification easier. That's also super cool. So if you've got a different frame color, you can set the frame color. So we are using black. Our primary is a gray, silver, and then our accent is bluish. We'll just go like that. Here's a render for you to explore. Left click to rotate, right click to pan, and then you can zoom with your scroll wheel. That is really nice. I like that a lot. Hey, Down Under. Okay, I'm back. Now the toddler is back in bed. Thanks, PF Dennis, for the gifted, and hi, Modbot Army. Hey, Down Under. Glad you got kiddo in bed. Yeah, the manual is really, I am, so most everyone here knows, but like I work for Lightburn. That's my full-time job, and I primarily do videos. It's like 99% of what I do there, but I am going to be doing a bit of project documentation as well. But most of my team is the documentation team, and I have so much respect for the amount of work that goes into good documentation. So anytime I'm building something and I see documentation like that goes above and beyond, it is a massive plus to the whole build experience and making it accessible. So definitely hats off for, implementing this into the build, because this is very cool. Any part labeled D2F is legacy. If you purchase a kit, the correct choice is D2F sensor parts. Box turtle is a modular system. So I did use the STL generator, and I know I went with LDO kit and basically chose I did whatever it recommended, I think, and so hopefully that's the case. But there is quite a few different ways that you can customize this. Evo, thanks for becoming a member, or I think it looks like you were a member. Cheers for becoming or renewing your membership. And 1060, all printers in temporary storage, new office equals twitchy. Thanks for the 33 months, man. You squirrel, and cheers. How long until you can get the printers out of storage? I used to be a graphic designer, so good manuals and documents gives me the happies. Yes, definitely. The first decision you need to make is which variant of the trays. No hardware. The key factor is the size of the build plate. Second, you will need to make a choice of tray type. So I did all this, but this is good information to read probably before you print. So I would go through the manual before you do what I did. Cool. This tells you approximately what you'll need. It says 1.4 kilograms for your primary and 0.3 of your accent. That's of course if you go with like the standard primary and accent, so you can mix them up as much as your heart desires, but I did stick with that. I also did a few things here. So I did have one tray of parts that didn't turn out that great, but I caught it early on. So for me, it was probably about 1.5 kilograms, give or take, maybe a little bit more. Also, I went with the Voron parameters. So I think I did 40% infill. I want to say it was a split between 5 and 4 on these. Layer height would have been the same. And then I didn't do gyroid infill, which was probably a mistake. I think I just went with standard, I want to say it was standard grid infill, which I don't think will be an issue, but I did notice that like the top of the trays isn't as clean as I would like. Like if you, let's see if it'll focus. Not quite as clean as I would like, but I don't imagine that'll be an issue. But yeah, maybe gyroid would have been the better choice. So, yeah, oof. So, yeah. Somebody asked me about settings I was gonna be using, and I said Voron, and they're like, cool, that'll work great. So I was like, awesome. But the person that said that, I don't think had any affiliation with Box Turtle, so who knows whether they were right. But well, okay, it won't be an issue. Yeah, so primary, if you haven't built anything like Voron-esque before, the STLs are broken down to like a standard colored part won't have any denomination other than the name of it in STL. Then accent pieces has bracket, lowercase a, bracket. And then the only part that I'm aware of that needed the diffusers, which has a C, is the LED diffusers, which are just really small, like box turtle logoed pieces. So I think I printed 1 or 2 extra in case I lost one. And then also a quantity required at the end. So pretty standard stuff. But again, if you haven't built something, then it might not be so obvious. Oh God. So I'm a little concerned about these. I noticed that when I printed the parts that these go into, that it didn't turn out quite as clean, that like the bridging aspect of it, I ended up turning on thick bridges later on, which helped clean up some parts, but those printed parts are going to be interesting. I think I have some spares. But it might require a little bit of snipping and filing to be able to get these in. So we just went through these with the door on Velta, and I nearly lost the battle. But yeah, the ECAS Bowden couplers are meant to be tight. Your tolerances aren't bad if they take persuasion. You do not want these coming out of the printed parts. Reference the assembly photo. So you have like the, if I'm not mistaken, this is like the, I'm going to use the technical term, grippy or squishy part. Then the main part, and then you have the actual like PTFE, I think, lock-in fitting for it. The rubber seal will need to be removed from the seal retainer. Be sure the retainer is left on the collet body. Okay, so we are taking off the rubber seal. At no time will the rubber seal be utilized. Discard these appropriately. Okay, so you don't need those rubber seals. That is good to know. There's a tool now. I used a rubber mallet. Oh God. It's funny, I actually saw your message, Tor, and ran down to the garage, and I couldn't find my mallets anywhere. So I'm hoping I can just use maybe like the what are these called? The Knipex. I'm hoping I can use these Knipex, guys. But yeah, I know that I was pounding some stakes into the backyard months ago, and as I was doing that aggressively, one of my mallets like split part of the rubber off, and I don't know if I kept it or what I did, but I had a secondary mallet, but Jackson always liked grabbing the mallet for some reason in the garage, so I don't know if he moved it or if I put it somewhere where he wouldn't find it, and now I can't find it, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. They won't open. Okay. All right, well, I'll do my best. You guys are gonna see me struggle, which will be nothing out of the ordinary for our builds. You'll notice arrows rendered in many of the steps. These signify an action to take. Red is a final action taken such as fully securing a screw or setting a heat insert. Blue, loose assembly that will be revisited later. And green is an adjustment that is up to the end user's discretion. Okay, so final action, we'll deal with it later, and then up to your discretion. And then, yeah, links. So STL generator. Discord, which I mentioned, is a fantastic place. I should have joined it sooner. I really wish I had, but I did join it this past week and did do a little bit of perusing, and I don't doubt that I'll be back in there throughout this build series. And then GitHub, which is where we're just at right here. So, all right, next section, heat inserts. So it's going to be a bit of a heat insert simulator, I imagine, which is pretty common for the way most of these builds start. We'll also take a look at everything in a little more detail as I pull everything out of the main bag here. So, beautiful colored zip ties. We've got a 3010. This is a 5-volt 3010 axial fan. We've got, this looks like all of our tension arms, which are pretty cool. They've got custom little box turtle logos on them. These are the MJF parts, which I mentioned a moment ago. I don't think I'll be using these larger ones. I did print them out as well. They're just, from what I read and what Steve told me, they fit a little loose and need a little glue. And because of, until I have everything set in place, I really just don't want to glue anything in. We've got our worst nightmare in a bag. These guys, the ECAS 04s. So we got a bunch of these. Is LDO in chat? LDO is here. Hey, LDO. Can everyone say thank you to LDO for, one, I'm saying thank you for providing the kit, but two, for allowing us to give one of these away today, which is super freaking cool. Bearings, we've got MR63ZZ and then ABE-C7. It says 17 of them, which look, I think is all the same bearing. If it's, I'm sorry, 13 pieces, so it looks like there's exactly 13, so it must be the full name. We've got magnets, which look to be the same kind of magnets as Clicky uses. We've got a drill bit, 2 millimeters. My drill is not up here, but if I need to, I will run downstairs and grab that for clearing out things. MR148ZZ bearings. We've got 16 pieces of these. We've got these smaller MJF gears, which look really pretty, man. MJF parts are just gorgeous. We've got our posts, or our shafts, 4 pieces of these. We've got our drive gears. Oh, cool, fetus gears. Take a look at just one of these. Hey, KB3D's in the house. How's it going? So yeah, it looks like, I think is it BMG gears? Because it looks like it. I believe these are BMG gears. So we've got our large gear, which we're very familiar with. We've got, it looks like they're hardened gears. As far as compatibility, that's one thing I haven't asked. I know that like nope, not Big Tree Tech, Bamboo Lab doesn't. And then we've got our little smooth rod, or smooth the shaft for those with our little bearings, which usually these you want to apply a little bit of grease on, so maybe that's what the grease is for. Is this setup compatible with abrasives, or is it not recommended? I'm just looking, the gears look hardened, so I'm wondering if it is, because generally speaking, at least with Bamboo Labs, I know it's not something that they state compatibility with. Curious if anyone has the answer to that. I mean, regardless, I don't do a whole lot of multi-color stuff with abrasives, but for the sake of using it as a filament loading and unloading station, it's kind of cool. So we got all of our hardware in a bag. I'm swapping my tube out and running carbon fiber through it when it's done. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, abrasives are not something I use all the time, but I'm just thinking like, even for something like glow filament.
First day for the year of snake. Wish everyone have good luck. Better life in this year. Also happy printing.
LDO and LDO Jason, the absolute legends that they are. Thank you so much for the donation. Happy Chinese New Year to everyone. First day for the year of snake. Wish everyone having good luck, a better life this year. Also happy printing. Thank you so much. I hope you're getting some time off. I know you've been active still online and you're here, but I hope that you get, I feel like everybody else is getting some time off to relax, and I hope you're, you know, also able to take some time for family and just, I don't know, relaxing, man, eating some good food and taking it easy. But thank you so much. And then this is our last, oh, there's some tape covering this. Let's see. Hey, GPs is in the house. Hey, One King, excited to see how the build progresses. You and me both, man. I'm like, I don't want to use the word giddy, but like, I'm very, very excited. And then these are our little motors. So are these, so I don't know, are these the ones used for rolling the spool, and the other motors use, like there's two, I don't know what like these little motors are for compared to the other larger motors, but these are adorable. Look at these guys. Hey, Collie. Hey, Brian. Yeah, these are, we'll enjoy some Chinese food today. Nice. Have some for me, man. eat a bite or two for me, please. They're for the respooler. Okay, cool. Yeah, these are adorable. So we'll keep these in here so I don't lose them. All right, so it is heat insert time. Let's start with, I'm pretty sure the skirts. So I'm gonna take out the larger pieces that I won't easily lose. Actually, we should dedicate a drawer to this build. Do we have an empty drawer? I got this like big IKEA drawer system that was supposed to help with organization, and I filled all of them up. There we go. The bottom drawer is empty. So let me start by kind of dropping some of these in here for now. Clear out some space. Let's take this guy. This is a skirt. I don't see any heat insert. I don't see any heat insert on this one. Don't see any heat insert on this one. Don't see any heat insert. Is there? I think that's a skirt that needs that heat insert. Probably the last one on the bottom here. No. Is it? Okay, why am I not seeing this skirt? What is this? That's definitely a skirt. Did I not print the skirt? Or we already... Okay, let me take out all the skirts, because I've got We got a bunch of skirts here, but I don't see this particular one. I don't know. Let's see. Skirts. I've got skirt. These are definitely not the skirts. This is not the skirt. It looks like it has a pretty large cutout, which I don't see. I got 2 large skirts here. I don't think it's this piece. No, it doesn't look like that. I thought I printed every single skirt in the first go. I am curious now. I am curious whether I missed a skirt. Well, if that's the case, I imagine I can come back to this. I'm tempted to run over to my other computer. Yeah, I've got the cheaty right here, which I could do. Let's see. I'm gonna really quickly just check my STL folder and see if there's a skirt that I missed. Which would be hilarious, because I was pretty good. You guys can still hear me. I won't be able to see you for just a second here. But if that's the case, I'll probably just fire it off on the cheaty in a second here. Let's see.
It happened. For anyone that's been following, I think it was like 3 months ago, we switched from cable to fiber, and it's been awesome. And then 2 days ago, all of a sudden...
Okay, I can hear my stream.
So like, oh, weird. Came up here, reset them up.
Jackson was playing with my computer this morning, so... Okay, turtleneck. No, this will be under skirts. I think I missed... I think I missed 2 skirts. All right, let me really quickly throw these on. We're off to a great... No, this looks like I did this. Left skirt. No, every skirt that's in this folder, I definitely printed. So, was there a missing skirt in here? Interesting. Yeah, no, I printed all the skirts in the folder. That's really odd. So I don't know about this skirt. This rear skirt center hub. It wasn't in that folder. So let's see if we can just download it from here. Box turtle. I'm curious if I repeat my steps, whether we can see whether it pops up in here or not. LDO kit. Normal skits are designed to be printed, so I did normal. Hub skirts are designed. This is the most popular. I did that. Are using printed corners. Generally, people are using printed corners, which I am. Choose between LED corners. I think we did plain corners. Are using a D2 saw switches. Generally speaking, the D2 switch to get better performance. So I'm pretty sure that's what I used. Would you like to print the hardware or no hardware version of the trays? If you printer can print greater, you should print the no hardware. I'm pretty sure I did the hardware version of the trays. I don't remember offhand. If your printer can print greater than 220. I don't know. Can you tell me if... Box turtle's here. Which version of the tray is this? No hardware? Okay. This is the no hardware version? I do have lips on the tray. Nice! Thank you for the gift of memberships, man. Yeah, I just want to see if I re-download this, if it has that STL file. That's the no hardware. Okay, cool. All right, what style tray would you like to print? I think I just did plain. Would you like to print turtleneck buffer? I did definitely print that. Download all STLs. Do I have Cheaty Studio on here? I don't. Well, we can open it in Orca just to take a look at what they look like. But yeah, I don't see it here either. So I'm wondering if it's just in this online configuration tool if it's missing, which has me a little concerned that maybe there's something else missing as well. That's fine. But yeah, these are all the skirts that I printed. Yeah, it's not in here. Okay, so let me go to GitHub, STLs, base build, skirts. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, for some reason, if anyone's here that can adjust that, that seems to be the issue, is that it doesn't actually download it. Gifted, hey, Thomas, thank you for the gifted memberships, man. Cheers. So I'm gonna really quickly, while we're talking, I'm gonna get the GD+4 so that it is, I'm gonna swap the filament out because I've got clear PETG loaded up from the diffusers, which was the last thing I printed. Then we'll get this printing so we can move on, but I at least would like to get this going here. So let's go to control, replace filament, 250, yes. Okay, that's heating up. I'm gonna really quickly download the last tray on this computer. And I think I used generic ABS. No, I didn't. I used GDASA as my base profile. Let's fix you, fix you, fix you, fix you, fix you. Gap and fill, yes. Strength. And grid, yeah, we'll stick with the same settings I used for everything. And the only thing I changed was I did increase bed temp to 100 Celsius. There. All right. Box Turtle, GitHub. Sorry, everybody. I thought I was prepared, but it looks like it's funny that it's the first thing in the manual, right? STLs, base build, skirts, rear skirt hub, download. Download. Open. There it is. Okay. I think I did do, yeah, I did do an outer brim on this one. So, okay. So I've got it sliced. I'm unloading the PETG, grabbing the ABS. One second here, I've got to cut it at an angle. Like so. Yeah, that should work. All right. Well, if this is the biggest thing we hit, then we're in good shape, so. Okay, let's say another minute and I'll be ready. Okay, load, next, next. I think you will look at that, Adam. What is the issue? Oh, so I think someone already mentioned it, but yeah, the STL configurator in the skirts folder, it has all the skirts, but it didn't have this skirt, the back skirt. So I just verified it by trying it again on my other computer. So, okay, it looks like we have filament loaded. So I will click print plate and send off print. Okay, we should be, let me make sure this is starting here. Cool, all right, we're good. So we will have a skirt at some point and we'll just move forward then. Okay, where were we? Here we are. Okay, next step. Make note of the multiple orientations. Make note of the multiple orientations extruder assemblies can be installed on the underside of the trays. If you're using the no hardware trays, you'll have enough head inserts to populate all 4 mounting holes. Okay, so it doesn't matter in this instance, but it would matter if you're using the ones that require hardware. Gotcha, so there's multiple spots underneath here basically where you'll need heat inserts. So is the next step, yeah, to put heat inserts in. Install is shown. This is the last step of this section where require install heat inserts. Be sure to turn off your soldering iron and set it somewhere safe. If using the no hardware trace, skip to page 5 after installing the heat inserts. Okay, cool. So we'll do this. Grab all those trays. Hey, Sven. I do. Gotta plug the power cable in really quickly here for the workbench. Okay. All right, we'll grab our stealth press. What unplugged? What unplugged? It looks like everything is fine on my end. Power's on here. HDMI cable is plugged in. Huh, that's odd. Okay, that is plugged in. Did it unplug it, the desktop? I don't see how that's possible. No, that seems to be plugged in fine. What is going on camera today? Huh, that is bizarre. Unplug you. Try that again. There we go. I don't know, I just needed to repower it, I guess. Okay. So this is now plugged in. Let's get this heating up. These are zombie hedgehog pens. Okay, we are heating up. Okay, so for this one, we need, I don't know if we'll be able to do the tall ones. Might actually, oh wait, you don't need the tall. Okay, it looks like I don't need the tall ones on this, it's just the bottom ones, as far as I can tell. So it must be the hardware, the ones that require hardware need that. The thing I don't know, based off the previous step, I don't know if I should be populating all of these now or just the 3. Let's see, where's our main bag? Our main hardware. We love a zombie pen. Yeah, I have them right here on my desk. They're always within arm's reach if needed. Okay, so it looks like there's 3 per. I just don't know if I should be populating all of the ones on the bottom or if I'm just populating these ones, but we'll start with this. So same orientation, it's going like that. It's fine. Just the 3? Okay, cool. So there's that one, and it looks like there's one right here. I can't believe it's almost February, everyone. This is the last stream of January. I feel like I just said Happy New Year to everybody yesterday. Also, I don't know if Steve's still here, but we are getting closer to our collab stream, so I'm hoping in the next week and a half here we'll have info for everyone. And then just to confirm, these same 3 heat inserts are what I'm applying to all 4 of them. It seems like that's probably the case since I'm going with the no hardware version. I don't think I have the same holes on the bottom as if I wasn't. I'm gonna press that one just a hair more. Cool, thank you. Okay, one down. Let's rinse and repeat. There's a lot. Yeah. I talked to Steve briefly. We were talking about the parts we need to order for the Tic Tac build, and I just asked him today, how did part 1 of your box trail build go? And he said it went well. It was a lot of, do the same thing 4 times. I'm like, yeah, I could see that. I actually don't think I need to use the square to press these in. They kind of drop in perfectly. Oh, that's upside down though. Are you planning on attending Rocky Mountain Rep Fest this year? I don't think I'm actually going to any events this year, unfortunately. So I have a wedding in a couple of weeks that I'm going to with Aaron in California. And so my parents are watching Jack for that. And then my cousin's getting married in May, so I'll be in Chicago in May. And then in July, Lightburn is having LBX, so I'm working LBX. I don't know exactly my role there, but I usually, probably like the last event was just, whoever's needed, it's kind of all hands on deck. So I'll be in New York for that. But we have some family stuff kind of going on. So I don't think I'll be traveling. This year, really. I'm hoping that next year I can align some stuff. Like I had so much fun this last year. I was able to go to 3D Printopia as well as Rocky Mountain Rep Fest, and I had such a blast. So I'm really hoping that, and China, which was super freaking cool. So I'm hoping next year I can line up some stuff. But yeah, I think this year I'm gonna have to live through everybody's social media posts and Discord posts and such like that. So the holes in the bottom should be the same. The hardware, sorry, I'm trying to read chat, but I also want to make sure I don't push heat inserts in too far. Okay, that one seems fine. What'd you say? You said the hardware trays don't have the lip sticking out. You print that separately, and then they have okay, gotcha. There's a small copper box with heat conducting sent to stabilize it as to not cause any issues. By the way, just throwing in some active charcoal into your sand. I think DRT is talking to someone else. I don't think that's for me. Okay, there's that one. In completely unrelated news, as I'm doing this, I'm dealing with mice again. So everyone that's been here knows that we had a Christmas present in the form of a mouse getting into our car, which was so fun. And after that, I went on mouse duty, and I think we caught I think it was like 7 or 8. And then I got this sort of like metal shaving enforced stuff that you're supposed to shove into openings so that way rodents can't get in. And I didn't do it around the whole house. I need to do it everywhere there's a sharp corner, because there's a section that would allow probably something to get up into the attic. But I did it for the garage and was like feeling really good about myself. We had no issues for a couple weeks, and then in the last week I've caught 3 more. So I'm just like, how are you getting in? That's good. I didn't want to meet you anyways. I'm sorry. It's not you. It's literally me. Yeah, if anything changes, I'll absolutely let everyone know, sooner than later. But I'd rather say no, because that's just how things are looking right now. And if something changes, report back. But it's not looking good. Okay. Bummer was hoping to meet you next week at APA in Vegas. Oh, Lightburn's going to be at APA in Vegas. Cause I had a team meeting yesterday, and I know that my coworker, 2 of my coworkers are going to be there at the very least, if not more, but 2 on my team directly. Yeah, they have it. It's kind of cool. They have it where Lightburn has like set events, and Lightburn is going to be at, I'm sure, most of those events. They usually do the Rep Fest. And so they kind of have it open where if like someone wants to volunteer to go to an event, they allow it, especially for the team that's in the US, which, is where I'm at. So yeah, it's more of a just family and stuff going on, versus anything else. So I've been waiting a week and a half for West 3D to ship my batch box turtles. Have you contacted them? I feel like they're usually really quick to reply. That engineering, oh man, I eat the heat insert. Yeah, this was from KB3D, the kit. We built this on stream and I really like it. I don't always use it. There's certain times where I'll just grab my iron, but it's fun to use, and it definitely helps, at least on, flat. It's difficult sometimes when you have a printed part that's not flat. Like, how are you going to align it perfectly at a 90 to this thing? But for flat things like this, it's really nice to use. Okay, so we've got all our heat inserts in. We're not doing the front and back ones because we didn't print out that version of it. We have the no hardware version. So it says after this we can skip to page 5. So we're skipping this. We don't need to put the arms on, and we're moving on to this. So this looks like it's the hub, I believe. So I'm going to remove the iron for right now so I don't burn myself. Let's put it back over here. And this appears to be the hub. So that's going to be a colored part. Is this a hub? This looks like a hub. Okay, I've got a hub. And then we're using... So I'm assuming all this is probably in the main build. At least the hardware side of things. So let's take this stuff out. Unless I'm wrong, buffer and mounts, filametrics is definitely not gonna be in there. Main kit spare fasteners, yeah, so it's gotta be in here, except the bearing is probably separate. The bearing was in, where was the bearing? Bearing's not in this. So this is, what is the part? This is a M3x10 socket head. So I've got right here. And I know the bearings we just looked at a second ago. Those are... Is it the AFC kit? Is that where it's inside of? No. What did I do with the bearings, everyone? It's not... Okay, we're getting closer. Magnets, bearings. And these are, one more time, MR63ZZ. Okay, got a bearing. So last thing we need is a D2HW micro switch, but I want to make sure. Okay, so I don't think we need to do anything with this. Locate the Omron DFL switch in the Filamentrix bag. Find the buffer and hard mount. Okay, so it's not in the bags we're doing right now. So I'm gonna assume it's probably in here then. Nope, this is cable, 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 and then prep. So where is this micro switch living? Oh, it's gotta be in the buffer bag. Okay, let's do this swap right now, just so that way it's done. I don't have to keep referencing this piece of paper. So let's open this up. And this says locate the Omron D2F switches in the Filametrix bag. So we got Filametrix bag right here. And we're looking for Omron switches. I'd like to keep this separate, so let's quickly pull this out. Here we go. Omron DF2L switches. Yep, locate the Omron D. We did that. And then find, so let's put this stuff all back in here for the sake of organizing chaos a little bit. I think this is all part of this right this second. And then it says to take this, find the D2 buffer 1 and buffer 2 cable in the TN buffer and B2 hard mount bag. Okay. Remove the existing switches. Oh, so are we desoldering these then? Is that what that's saying? So we need to desolder and basically solder these switches on? You missed Aaron asking about food. Oh! The swap thing is literally the very end. Okay, so do I not need to do it right now? Yes, but not. Okay, gotcha. All right. I'll put them in the same bag. We'll worry about this later. Is this fixed? I would assume this is probably fixed right after batch 1. But yeah, Aaron asked about food. Let me scroll up for that. It's definitely an important message. Where was that message? I don't see her message about food. Oh, there we go. Are you hungry? Sort of, yeah. The pancake's holding me over, and I do have a bag of trail mix, so I'll probably hold out for, I'd say, another hour or so. So, yeah, I'm probably okay for right now. Thank you. Okay, so if you're saying I don't need to do this right now, should I... No, this is a completely different switch, right? This is a completely different switch, the one I'm needing right now. So I'm going to close up Filametrix again. It was right in the beta kit, so what happened? No idea. Okay. Yeah, this looks like it's a different switch based off this image. Hey, Luke! Or is it not? Because I don't see... Based off this image, this switch type, I don't see this switch in this bag. I've only got Omron switches, which are the one that needs to be corrected, the one I just grabbed. So there's got to be another switch somewhere. Switches are in the cable bag. Got it. Okay. And it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 5 of this cable type, or that switch type. So which one do we need? This says load A, load. So these all are listed as load. And then there's one that's, no, this one's not blank. So this is prep 3. Does it, they have different lengths. So we've got prep 3, we've got load 3, we've got load 1, we've got load 2, load 4, and hub. That's the one. That is the one. Okay, for the cables, I don't really want to show them back in that small bag, I don't think, so I'll just place them by the extrusions for right now. Okay, so we got one labeled hub. We'll zoom in a bit. I might bring you guys, let's bring you guys closer. I think I printed the tools. I don't know, like, if it was in the tool folder, I printed it for the ECAS, which makes me think I didn't, because I'm thinking right now that the ones I remember seeing was like a gear one, and then a PTFE one. So now I'm probably going to be struggling here shortly. Insert a bearing into, and follow micro switch as shown. 1 second here. And follow with a D2 bearing. Okay. So bearing is going into this pocket. I'll probably turn off autofocus too. It gets really annoying when I get close up. Okay, so bearings are right here. Steve builds these them, gotcha. Well, Steve warned me about the MJF, but Steve did not warn me about the push fitting, so. Direction-wise, it looks like it just goes in like that. I just dropped it in this way, and then we're taking the switch and just pushing that in. Let's see. Okay. Holes lined up, and it looks like we're just tapping in the plastic here. Ensure your switches are wired. Yep, refer to the wiring guide. Yep, be careful not to over tighten the screw. Yeah, it's threaded. Okay, so it's just threading into plastic. So I'm just going to use my little ball end driver, I think, for this, so that way I don't have much leverage. It also sounds like our hole lined up. It's difficult to see. Yep. Okay, I'm not going tighter than that. Feels plenty tight. So I'm gonna really quickly just check the 2D+4 since I didn't preheat it. The first layer is at least sticking. Nozzle is actually way too close. I always preheat this, but since we were streaming and doing all this, I did not. So let's bump you up. Nope, wrong way. still gonna be fine for the sake of this skirt, but it's definitely definitely too close. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. I just did like 0.04 millimeters higher. All right, so we've got that. That is done. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Hub tool. Was that in the, let's see if that was in here. Okay. The hub tool, the hub tool also wasn't in the, wait, no, it is here. Okay, so maybe I do have that. It doesn't look like a part that I printed out though. I'm almost positive that wasn't in the repo when I downloaded it, but I don't know. Let's see. Move all the skirts out. Just looks like kind of U-shaped, like the buffer. I'm almost positive I don't have it, so I definitely printed out this tool. If I remember, I thought I printed like 3 tools. I'm not seeing it. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna probably be, I'm meant to be tight. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna press this in using the table and hope for the best. So, and it did state that we're removing that rubber piece on the outside. So, hey, Zombie's here. I used your pen a little bit ago. Okay, so it looks like this is just going here. And it's going to be a tight fit. So I am just going to, should I take the blue? No, it doesn't look like the blue. Does the blue, shouldn't affect anything, right? Nah, that's internal. So let's, oh dear God. It's going in. All the Modbot struggle. Okay, we're getting there. Don't use a hammer, you'll get yelled at. Okay. Can you wave hi to Jackson? We've been watching. Okay, hold on, everyone say hi, Jack. Hi, Jackson! Hi, buddy. He was up here this morning when okay, we're basically in. I'm gonna do one last little push here. Use a 3D printed mallet. I've been watching, but not listening. Okay, all right. I did use your, your pen is right here, man. Look at that. This is limited edition Hedgehog makes merch right here. Straight from Maryland. Wait, no. Yeah, oh, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna say that's good enough. I don't see it popping out. There's a tiny hair of like, there's still a hair of a gap. It's super small, but oh dear. I don't think I should put more force on this part. So we're basically, I'm gonna show it just so you can see, but this is the gap I'm talking about. It's real small. Like, can you see it on the edge there? There's a tiny gap, but I don't think I'm really getting this part in and further, and I would be blown away if this part came out. Yeah. So I think we're good. Hey, John! Dude, there's so many cool people here today. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. All right, so we got that in. I clearly need to print out more tools. I swear that I didn't see it in the folder. I went through everything, but I won't say, oh no. Okay. Straight into pain. All right, well, let's just, give me lots of grunting. Lots of grunting sounds. Okay, why is, okay, so something's, oh no, that was actually me this time. It wasn't, oh, it was added this weekend. All right, Thank you. I was like, dude, I know that I drop the ball more often than one probably should, but I'm like, I feel confident that I printed out everything that was in those folders. Like man. So strong. So strong. I'm also just not wanting to put too much pressure because the cable, let's see. Okay, that one went in a little more. All right. You know, I just realized though, no, it should be fine. We'll be okay. Okay, we're 2 down, 3 to go for right this second. Mine are printing right now. Yeah, I'll definitely, if it's going to be useful for after this first stream, then I will absolutely be joining you. Oh, that thing is hurting my hand. And printing these out. Okay, that one is also in. Oh, I don't want to show you my hand, but that's probably a blister. I'm going to show you. Look at that. Oh, get the tool, everyone. This is your warning to download the tool. Oh, I'm gonna see if I've got like a rag or something I can put over my hand, because that's not fun. I've got a sweater. Surely I've got some kind of a microfiber laying around here. Yeah, that is rough. Come on, I might just use my sweater. That is a lot of pressure. If you had any doubts that I was using a lot of pressure, my hand is proof. Yeah, I've got a sweater. I'll just try the sleeve on the sweater. I would just use a wood clamp. Yeah, I'm just gonna put my hand over here with the sweater. There we go. Yeah, sweater's the way. That's a man that doesn't do hard labor. These things. Okay, the last one. It's always the last of everything that gets me. Okay, the last one's mostly in, but I've got to go from this side. All right, one last final push. I don't have a whole lot of pliers is my issue. There we go. I'd say that's good. So I highly recommend printing the jig to help you push these in though, versus doing what I just did, but it worked. So yeah, I don't think Steve said the Nippics don't have wide enough jaws, and I tend to agree that this is a very wide piece. So yeah, those aren't going anywhere. these aren't going anywhere. All right. I need one of those. That was one of the sound effects I wanted to add. The staples, that was easy buttons. So, okay, yeah, that wasn't bad. Honestly, it was easier than the Doron one that we did. Okay, that's in. This is a skirt. I do recognize this skirt. So let me put the hub off to the side. You sick, Luke? Oh no, you got Rona. I hope it's a quick recovery for you, man. That sucks. There's definitely been a lot of stuff going around. I will say that. Like, I know quite a few people that are sick with either something seasonal or something else. Okay, so this looks different than the guide. I mean, this is the same and this is the same, but this piece right here, if you look at here,
also, no
this looks like, is this intended to break away? Because it looks like it's supposed to be. Tripods, thank you for the donation. Modbot Plier Fund, also no pineapple on pizza. You're wrong, I appreciate it. You're wrong, but I really appreciate it. You gotta pull out. Okay, so these are supports. These are supports as well, they were added to it. So it's gonna be an open open shape right there. Always pineapple. Yeah, zombie gets it. There's 3 of them. Okay, so this looks like the first one then. All right, that broke off not as clean as I would have liked. Why are we not coming off? Okay, there we go. So that was number 1. So number 1 gave us this opening here. Zombie, thank you for the 30 months. Tor, thank you for the 4 months. Just a mash. Because that wasn't a support? Shut up. You said there was 3 supports. That would have been 1 support, 2 support, 3 supports. I asked. Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Why did it have the opening on it like it was a support? It had a breakaway. Oh man, I feel like I was set up for failure there because someone said 3 supports, which would be 1, 2. There's no third. What the heck, man? Okay, well, should I reprint this piece then or just leave it with the U? So there's only 2 supports. There's not 3 supports. Chat usually steers me right. Okay, so let's see if I can pop this one off from the front then. Well, that's awesome. Okay, that one came out fine. Lovely. Well, it'll be... every time I look at it, I'll remember this stream in chat. So I need a small flathead, it looks like, to get the other one out. I have a small flathead. Yeah, I did look at the manual, and that's why I was confused, because mine looked different than the manual. In the manual, this part doesn't appear to have... Oh, no, it does have that part. Oh, my God. It's there. I needed to change the angle. Here, look, everyone. So what I was seeing was these lines here looked like a breakaway point, because it goes throughout the entire thing. It looks like a tab. What is this here for, out of curiosity? What is that? What is that part for? Because it looks like it's intended to break away. That would explain why it took a little bit more oomph. But anyways, there we go. Oh, it's a breakaway. Okay, gotcha. So it is an optional breakaway, which is why it looked like a breakaway. Well, mine's unique now. It's got a little key slot in there. In case you have a cable that's pre-soldered to the connector. Gotcha. Okay. Well, at least it's not the end of the world, but that's good to know. Oh, that was my first test. I'll do better. I'll do better at reading moving forward. Okay, fan's going in. Ay, ay, ay.
Funds for glasses.
Oh my god, thank you, Armor. These are brand new glasses, man, with my updated prescription too. Okay, so it looks like blades are going inward. Install the fan, ensure the
reprinting parts.
GPs.
Slice of pizza.
Thank you, GPs, for the donation. Filament fund for reprinting parts. Also, pineapple on pizza. He gets it. And he's in the UK. I feel like most people, I don't know why, but I feel like most of the people in the UK, when I've talked about it, are like, no, man, like, that's not a thing. But GPs gets it. Okay, so it says, install the fan, make sure the flowing air is inside the box turtle. Okay, so we want blades down, and it looks like the wire is going towards that keyhole that I made. So we're gonna go like this. Okay, that drops in like that. And then we're using M316 button heads. That's hilarious. M316, why do I, there we go. Exactly 4. What is a zombie pen? This is a zombie pen. Look at it. It's got nice white and purple. It's got nice little gradient of color there. It's a super nice pencil. Like I mean, not a pencil, pen. It's a really nice pen. Pineapple and green chili. I don't think I've had green chili. I do like jalapenos and banana peppers. Both on there, really, really good. But it says Hedgehog makes. That's true. It does say Hedgehog makes. It's one of those things, man. Like, you were Zombie Hedgehog for so long that I don't know that I'll ever be able to fully not screw it up. I'll do my best if that's what you want, but it's difficult for me. Once I get a name locked down, it's like, no, you're this person. I'll do my best. And these are pretty long, so I don't know. I don't think that these holes don't go through, so hopefully there's enough depth in the printed part. Let me read the instructions. You're screwing directly into the plastic, do not over tighten. Okay, so I don't want to over tighten, but I also want to make sure that it's at least meeting the fan. Okay, that's plenty tight. This is just a fan. Probably should start the other ones too. What about shrimp? I've never had shrimp on pizza. That doesn't sound good to me, but I also, like, you know, I've had some, I feel like I've tried some pretty exotic foods. Yeah, I probably should have done this first to make sure they all go in. That's fine. I should have cleared the plastic. So I would try it. Shrimp to me, like, I like shrimp by itself, and then a good shrimp in pasta is really yummy. Like, if you've got like an olive oil based sauce, or if you've got a white sauce. Actually, white sauce is usually more chicken, isn't it? I think Alfredo, they do shrimp Alfredo. Ever had hoggies? I don't think so. I can't even pronounce that. Closest thing I can think of to hoggies would be hoagies, like the bread type, but a good pickle pizza. Yeah, I haven't had that either. I guess maybe I'm not as okay. This is feeling like I'm bottoming out, but I have not hit the fan yet, so we're gonna keep going. Okay, that's plenty tight. Barbecue chicken. I do like barbecue chicken pizza. There's a place in Idaho called Idaho Pizza Co. and they have a and like barbecue chicken pizza is one of those where I don't like it at most places. Like, I'm pretty picky about that kind of pizza. My uncle used to make them at home and I really liked his, but Idaho Pizza Co., if you're ever in Idaho, has a phenomenal barbecue chicken pizza. It's got like fresh chives and tomato pieces on it. It's so good. Dude, I think I'm gonna get pizza today. I don't think I've had pizza in a while. I've been having the Red Baron, like, single personals. I feel like I need pizza. Okay, so there we go. Fan is installed, looking good. There are 100 people watching that haven't hit the like button. Yes, if you have not smacked the like button, please do. In 30 minutes, we're gonna open up our giveaway, and we're gonna give away a spool of Polymaker filament, as well as a full kit, a full box turtle kit. So, how many people are watching? I haven't even clicked. 210 people, that is awesome. Thank you everyone for being here. That is a lot of folks. All right, so fan is installed. Okay, more support removal. This is corner printed parts. So let's move the fan out of the way. Pretty sure I just did these in gray. One, two, three. Okay. Okay, so I'm probably just gonna shove the flathead into these parts and see if I can pop it out, but it looks like it's this, almost looks like a fan duct is almost what the support looks like. Let's see if I shove it in on the side. Nope. Maybe pinch center and pull? Am I? I'm not screwing this up. That is the support. There's no support on this side because it printed like that. That is stuck. Okay. Somebody told me to do, hold on. before someone verify it, I need an adult. I need an adult in the chat. I'm not wrong, right? Like, this is the support. It looks exactly like what I'm trying to remove. A small flathead screwdriver may be used to get behind and pry outward. Okay, so I have the right idea. I do have the right idea. That's the support. Just grab it with a needle nose and wiggle. Nope. Nope. I think the flathead probably is the best. I broke my really fine... Dude, this is really stuck. Damn. I don't want to really damage these parts. Was you're doing it right. It's stuck in. It was okay. All right. Dude, I wish I had something. I almost wonder. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can use this to sort of separate it from. Yeah, that seems like that might help. Just kind of shove this in here to separate it from the plastic a bit. On the other side, it's really stuck. So let's see if I get out the bottom side, if that'll let me. No. Dude, why are you so stuck? Yeah, it seems like it's that top lip that's just really freaking stuck. I had to use a knife to separate the layers and then pry it out. Okay, gotcha. So it's not just... I know. Put the part on the desk. You don't want it twisting on you. Soft, bloody bits. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think it's the one side I just got wasn't that... Okay. Hold on. Oh, baby. I feel like it wants to go. It is bonded to the printed part. Like, at least it seems like it is. I'm not seeing... Like, usually there's a little bit of a gap between... I don't know. I'm just gonna... The orange screwdriver has become my de facto support separation tool. I'm not the... Yeah. Give it a little heat. I'm concerned if I give it heat, because all I have is my hot air wand, that it's gonna cause it to bond even more. But yeah, it seems like I don't see that. Let me try a different one just for fun here. Let's try this one, see if it's all the same. On supports, usually there's a little gap. Oh, but these are built-in supports. That makes sense. The slicer didn't apply the... Okay, yeah, nope, that makes sense. But yeah, it's really the bottom side of this where... If I can get the bottom, I'm not really worried about the top part. I just don't know that I can get this bottom part out. I'm wondering if I might need to just, I don't know, reprint these. God, yeah, I don't know. And they won't be visible. It's not a huge deal. They just need to be open for the LEDs. Gotcha. Okay, so looks don't really matter. But yeah, so looking at it, like this top section is pretty easy to separate. If I shove this in here, well, let's see if I spoke too soon. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. On the other one, it was easier to shove in. No, it is. It's much easier. So yeah, that side's not that bad. It's the bottom side. It's the bottom side where it's difficult. Can I just go like that and pry? I broke the part, didn't I? Yeah, I broke the part. Oh, that sucks. So we are definitely going to be reprinting parts. It is really stuck, this piece. Like, I'm curious. I'm going to break it more just to see like how difficult it is to get off now that I have access to it. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's like bonded to the base. Sometimes if a corner is accessible, if you get side cutters to get it started. There we go. So I was able, once I had access to the back, it came out relatively clean. So we'll try again. I mean, yeah, 2D plus 4. So let's see if I can get one of these out successfully. It's weird to me that I couldn't get the flat. I mean, I have a smaller flathead that I can pry in there. Because I feel like if I can get that leverage from the backside, I can get it to pop out. But I don't have a smaller... I don't think I have any smaller flatheads in this one. Yeah, it's a Phillips. Okay. So let's start by loosening the top to at least give us some bit of leverage here. I was hoping by prying it would give, but the printed part gave first. I think a hobby knife might be better than a scraper. I don't have, like, you mean like an X-Acto? I don't have, the X-Acto I had is busted. Okay, so it's loose on that end. We've got this shoved in. I've got this shoved in. So now it's a matter of getting leverage behind it to get it to pry out. I'm just here for the slip. Oh no, don't put that on me. I had a heck of a time printing those corners because supports were falling. Wait, on yours you're saying these supports were falling out? They were that loose? Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work, guys. I might need to just reprint these out. I don't know if it was over extrusion or, I mean, it was running with the chamber heater on, so I don't know if that caused things to print slightly differently. I printed my parts in ASA and those things were bonded. Okay. All right, it doesn't sound like it's just a me thing. I have an old butter knife. I do have a butter knife. But I would think that this would work as well, if not better than a butter knife. Yours came out easy with needle nose pliers. Okay. I'll try to grip them again with this and see if I can just pull, or maybe at the end, let's see. Nah, it's not coming out. It's just breaking the part.
sucks. I feel like we're so close. Yeah, I think the answer might be I just need to reprint these though and just see if that does better. Maybe on either a different printer or just try it without the... What if you heat up your scraper? If you reprint, try a different machine. Yeah, no, I will. I'll print it out on the bamboo, on the X1 carbon behind me. Oh. Yeah, the top, see, the top is like breaking off of it, but the bottom's not coming at all. Like, it does not want to come out. I have a feeling that it was due to the printing of these parts, that they're just welded even harder than... I mean, it sounds like other people had struggles with them, but I'm printing my parts in the P1P and P1S, yeah. But there's no give. I'm telling you, you can't see it. You gotta take my word for it. But it's bonded. Like this section right here, where this meets this, it is bonded. So yeah, I'm gonna have to reprint these out. So can we build something else while we are not able to do this, or is this the next? So frame is the next big piece, which obviously we can't do because of this, but can we start building the feeders or something like that? Or are we kind of screwed? Okay, yeah, we'll start working on this. We'll work on something else. This was on the +4, Zombie. Everything was printed on the +4, which is, I've used them for the door and Velto. I didn't have any issues, but I'm wondering, because I use the chamber heater, I'm wondering if that had some impact on these, because they printed like this. Yeah, they printed like this. So I'm wondering if the chamber heater just, I don't know, caused them to bond more than they should have. So I don't know, but when I reprint them, I'm tempted to reprint them on the +4 without the chamber heater, but I'll likely just end up, for the sake of time, just throw them on the X1 carbon and see if they're easy to remove. But yeah, in this case, I don't think I'm getting them off. Like, the amount of effort it would take to get these off without breaking everything, I'd rather probably just reprint them. Yeah, I've done a lot of ABS and ASA on it, and it's done a really good job. This is, the supports are probably one of the first things I've had issue with. Okay. We will move on to extruders then. So for this, you need 4 extruders in total assemble. You can build 1 at a time or all 4 at once. Just make sure you have 4 before you move on. I'll probably build 1 and then do the other 3 at a time. So I'll move these off to the side. These need to get reprinted. You're breaking Zombie's heart telling him the +4 did this. I love the +4. Yeah, I mean, profile tuning is probably not wrong. I am running relatively stock profiles on it, which has been fine. I mean, generally in a lot of my testing, although I'm not really testing anymore, I just run it as is. But yeah, flow could probably be adjusted a bit. It hasn't been an issue with anything else, so. Yes, we're gonna do this. Okay, heat inserts. So these are 2 separate parts, right? Yeah. So they look like, this is the flat piece, this is the other piece. 2, 3, 4. And 4 shoulders. Okay, I see 3 of the smaller ones. There we go. I threw it in the drawer. Okay. I'm excited to start this build. Looks like a fun. Hopefully your corners aren't an issue. I would definitely check that before starting the build. Also, don't remove the support. Don't remove the breakaway on the back skirt. It doesn't need to be removed. I'm sure you saw it. Okay, so on the shorter one, we'll do all the heat inserts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm testing mine right now as I continue my build in 3 hours. Did you print the stealth press just to match the build? Yes. No, this is all like Fadis carbon fiber. I think it's CF PET and then glass-filled PET. It's definitely an overkill material choice, but I was testing out the material. I was like, oh, it's something that I'm planning on building, so. But yeah, hopefully you won't have issues. I mean, it does. I'm at least a little happy to hear that removing those has been tricky for other people as well, but mine seems exceptionally tricky. So we'll see. Reprinting them on the bamboo will give me a better idea of how much of it was the profile and how much of it was just a me thing. I'll report back next week. I'll end up breaking them off stream for the sake of for the sake of time. My heart can't take doing it on stream again if it's not going to work. So I'll do them off stream and verify that we're good. There's extra blades in the kit. In this kit? Is that what you're saying use one of the blades in this kit? Thank you, Do It. Yeah, it's the stealth press. I got the kit from KB3D, or KB3D sent it out. Man, I don't know how long ago we built this, but I think we built it here, or was it before we moved? I don't know. I've had it for a while. And it works great for stuff like this. When you've got flat parts, it's just really convenient to not have to. I did it by hand for the last 5 years or so, or whatever, however long I've been using heat inserts, definitely since I started building Vorons. And I have it down pretty good with my hand, but it's nice not having to be quite so focused on making sure it's going in straight and just focusing on the depth. Okay. Hey, Gulsifer's here. Hi everyone, been out sick, but getting better slowly. Hey, thanks for being here, man. I'm sorry you're sick. I'm glad you're starting to feel better. Zombie, thank you for the banana and the banana slip. I need a banana slipping sound as well. Jackson loves bananas, man. But they're not bananas, they're nanas. He loves some bananas, man. I think he was here one time during stream when you saw him. He has a banana handkerchief like that he wears for a drool, I guess the bib, a drool bib. And it's hard to not think of you and your bananas every time he has that bib on. Okay, so make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, okay, it's going in. I didn't see that. The angle I had it at, but there's actually all 3 up top here. So we're done with the one on this one, and this one has 3 on top, and it looks like just 2 on the sides, so. Gonna be a lot of heat inserts. DK64, oh banana. It's funny, I played a lot of, I think I rented Donkey Kong 64 from Blockbuster, but I definitely never owned it. I didn't play it a whole lot until, well no, I guess I wouldn't have been DK. I played Donkey Kong Country a lot more. DK64 I didn't play till much later on in life, but the N64, I can't remember if I got N64 Game Boy Color first, but at launch, I remember my dad took me and we got the N64, and it came with Super Mario 64 and Mario Kart 64. And so most of my banana shenanigans are from Mario Kart. Did this? Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is going into the larger hole and into the smaller. Okay, so this one that has the larger hole, it's going in quite a bit deeper into, which I think we still have plenty of depth with this, it looks like. So yeah, we used to have a Blockbuster not too far from the house. And when my parents, like if my dad had a work trip or something like that, he would let us get a game to play while they were gone. I played some, like, what I think are kind of weird N64 games that they weren't the big hitters, like Glover 64. That was one I played a lot. You're a glove with a ball, and I can't even really remember all the details of it, but it's a platformer. Pretty difficult, really difficult one, actually. Zombie, thank you for the donation. Coffee. I haven't actually had I've had like a Frappuccino, but I haven't had coffee in a really long time. Been doing a lot more teas. It's been a few times I've debated on it, but because of how much I struggle with sleep. Hi. Thank you. Yum. Potato wedges? Oh, and chicken nuggies? Thank you so much. Is Jack eating? Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you so much. Aaron brought me comfort food. That looks like it went in pretty good. I'm gonna just go a hair more. Yeah, Glover 64 was one. I remember I rented Chameleon Twist, which was a ton of fun. You're literally a chameleon and you're using the chameleon's long tongue to like navigate all platformers. I really miss platformers. Okay, so this is good. We've got 3 up top, 2 on the side. Now we're gonna rinse and repeat for the other ones. Half of mine are fully bonded to the part, no getting it out fully. Okay, that makes me feel, I mean, not better, but I'm wondering, since there are so many people having struggles, if that part could potentially have the support slightly reworked. It sounds like, I mean, some people have mentioned they got it out easily, but it feels like it's a good split, like 50-50 or struggling to get them out. So I wonder if the supports on those parts can slightly be reworked to make them a little easier to remove. It's a difficult, like that cavity is difficult because of the shape of it. Had a small town video on which I'd rent OG Nintendo 8-bit games. Nice. The toaster oven. Yeah, I was really into collecting video games for a lot of years. In California, there's a bunch of swap meets, which are kind of like the equivalent of flea markets in other places. And at one point in my life, I was going there 2 to 3 times a week, just hunting for vintage games. I'm sad. I ended up selling them all off in a lot. Did I say thank you? I think I said thank you to Luke. Thank you, Luke, for the donation. If I didn't, thank you so much. I read it and started thinking about Nintendo and totally got distracted. But yeah, I used to go hunting from a lot, and then they were just kind of in a crate under my bed when I was renting a room out of my buddies, and I think I was in between jobs, going to school and just doing like YouTube, and wasn't really making any money, and I was like, I need some money. So I ended up listing them all on eBay. No, I think it was Craigslist. I ended up listing them on Craigslist as a lot, and I did not get a lot of money. Did not get a lot of money. I definitely, with how much I spent and time in the hunt, and I'm sad. Like, you know, I'm over it. It is what it is. It's been a lot of years, but I've definitely had moments where I'm like, I miss all my games. And then I debated on starting collecting again a little bit, but I looked online and the fakes have gotten so good that I don't even want to chance it. Like the fake cartridges coming out, like that people are putting weathered stickers on and stuff, like it's not worth it to me. I'd rather at this point just emulate or get one of the Jackson, this is a hot iron, bubby. Whoa, Jackson's come to say hi. I'm gonna move the iron really quick so it's not near him. What's up, big dog? You wanna say hi? You wanna say hi, baby? What is it? That's Daddy's. Oh, you wanna sit on the stool? All right, Jackson's gonna sit for a sec, everyone. This is his stool. You can't be on the computer though, okay? You can look at everybody. Okay. You say hi to everyone? Hi, everybody. Look at Daddy broke stuff. Look at. Watch.
Is your hand okay?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I got a blister from it. Yeah. Hey. Look at Dad put the heat inserts in there. Look at this. He broke that. You say, uh-oh. Yeah, uh-oh's right. Yeah, he'll reprint it. Did you have some food?
Is that 2 parts so far?
Yeah. So the one part I feel like I was set up for failure because someone said there was 3 supports and I took their word for it. But yeah, the other one, yeah. Only one that's like actual structural. No, you need these parts for the frame to build. The other one's like, it's a cosmetic difference. That doesn't go in there, bud. Whoa, uh-oh, you dropped it, dude. Ah. Yeah, he's a tall guy. Yesterday he was sitting on the bar stool in here and just mashing on the keyboard. So even this morning too, when the guys were up here working on the fiber, he was up here. Oh, you were watching them this morning. What are you doing? You trying to help Dada? Yeah. Did you have some yummy food, some chicken nuggets and tenders? Yeah. Yeah. You tired? Uh-oh, that's okay.
Yeah, we came up here to give Daddy pizza.
Oh, you can't say goodnight? Yeah, you have your Sharky? Oh, you got your Sharky and some milk? Yeah, okay. It's nap time for this guy. You say hi? He's saying hi to everybody. I love you. I hope you have a good nap, dude. Yeah, I'll fix it. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. That's the good thing about printed parts is if you snap it, you can reprint it. Yeah, and that's why Daddy likes 3D printing, because he's a bit of a heavy hand. Can I have that part so I can fix it? Oh, you're drooling, Bubby. You drooling. Look at it. You drooled right there. A big old drop on your shirt. Yeah, that's drool from you. Can I have that part? I gotta fix it now. No? Such a big boy. I need to take another nap. Hit the like. Yeah, Jackson, can you say hit the like button? Yeah, say thumbs up. He doesn't know thumbs up yet, but we do have. Can you do high five? You can't do high five. You gotta put it down. High five. And then what about knuckles? You knuckles? Yeah, knuckles. What about this one? You did this one yesterday, Jackson. Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it.
Give Daddy kisses.
Okay, let me hug you, Bubby. No. You gotta go night night. You gotta go. Jackson. You gotta go. Can you say bye bye to everybody? No. He's been a lot more vocal lately. Yeah, a lot more screams and a lot more cries. Okay, one more turn, and you gotta go get your milk. All right, you did it! Yay! Thank you, baby. Awesome, good job. Good job. Oh, baby, you're okay. I know. Sorry, headphone users. I'm sorry, baby. Yeah, it started like in the last week where like he would get bummed out before, but now he's like he gets really loud and really sad very quickly. So he also, I mentioned it, but like he can crawl out of his bed now, or like crawl over his bed and open doors. So it's been a little more challenging lately. Like father, like son. I don't cry like that. I have a softer cry. A little deeper. I have a cry too. Yeah, I would love naps. If someone was forcing me to take naps in my day, I'd be like, you got it. Yeah, it's been lately it's been interesting. Some moments where it's like, oh man, like I kind of describe it as very much so like a Sour Patch Kid. One second the world's falling apart because I told him no more of this. And then the next second, he's all snuggles and kisses, and I'm like, all right, I'm confused, but we're doing it. Okay, a little bit more push in here. Oh, that went a little deeper than I probably would have liked, but that's okay. I think we're fine. Let me see how far is this one. Yeah, it went a little lower. I don't foresee that being an issue. Okay, 2 more of these. It could be teething. He started teething at, I want to say, 3 months. It's been rough. He popped like, I think I mentioned it before, but his crib, there's like none of the hopefully child safe paint on it, because he gnawed like the section that's mouth level. He's gnawed most of it off. It's been rough. Like he has a full set of teeth. I do think he's teething again though. He has been drooling a bit more. But he's got most of his teeth, so if there's really anything left, it's the big, like some of the bigger ones. But he's got a full set of chompers. He's definitely he's been a piranha for a while. When does he start punching and breaking things? Oh God, hopefully not soon. That is a thing we've been working on. He doesn't punch, but he does like this swatting notion. And it's not. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the swatting. We've been working on that. We've been working on a lot of things. He's a really good kid. He's super sweet. I couldn't imagine being a kid and trying to figure out things, and like, you know, it's tough. He tries to kind of explain to us what he wants, but it's difficult at times. But yeah, he definitely loves hanging up here. Loves hanging out up here. Loves playing around with the keyboard and the mouse, and anything that Daddy's working on, he's interested in, which is exciting. I'm so excited, like, when he's a little bit older, to be able to show him some of these things, you know? You need Bonjela gel for his pacifier. We've tried most things, man. Like, my parents were, like, right away. I don't know if it's the same as Oragel, but that's what they were like, hey, you need to get Oragel. But the issue we ran into is that he was just swallowing the Oragel really quickly. He wasn't having enough time to sit on his gums. And then online, a lot of people recommended like getting a not a handkerchief, but like a washcloth, and dampening it, then twisting it and freezing it, which I tried multiple times, and he kind of liked it, but not so much. So Aaron has these sort of gel teether things that you freeze, and he does seem to like those. I damaged them the other day by putting them in the dishwasher, not on the top rack, and they all melted, so she got new ones. But yeah, it's been tough. Like, thankfully he hasn't had, when he had it really rough, he had a couple nights where he had pretty bad fever from teething, which was brutal. And so he hasn't had that in a while, which I'm very thankful for. That wasn't fun for anyone. There was only so much we could do. What age for his first laser cutter? I'm gonna say like a 5. No, I don't know. There is a diode laser like in his path when he goes to the car in the garage, and he always touches the diode head on. I'm like, yeah, that's a laser, baby. But yeah, he'll probably be 3D printing before he's lasering. Okay, that one's done. Last one. I'm gonna open up after this. I'm gonna open up the giveaway, then take 5 minutes to inhale some tenders, and then we'll continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They should make cinnamon flavored popsicle sticks. Is cinnamon good for teething? When you now gazillion inserts during the build. Any suggestions what to improve the next iterations? I'm thinking to add more beef to handle making pushing more ergonomic. That's a great question. So for anyone wondering, Iconic Fab is the designer of the stealth press, and he's asking just for feedback on it. So it hasn't really been, one second here. It hasn't really been an issue for me just using my finger on, on the top here. I think you can see me using my finger, my index. I really think that, maybe if you had a groove there, like, it would feel nicer on the finger. But as far as pressing down, I should actually be very likely using more heat. I use more heat on my other iron when I'm manually installing them, when I'm not using this, like for weird placed ones. So you really should, I mean, the heat should be doing most of the work as far as, you know, pressing it in, and I'm just kind of adding a bit of pressure, but I don't really have much feedback as far as things that I think could be improved on. Like having the drawer on the bottom, which I know you already changed, that's something really cool, which I wish when I made this one, you know, was a part of it, to store the heat inserts or the tips. That I think is really cool, because the little tips for these irons always kind of go missing on me, and I'm like, where was the last place I used that one? But yeah, other than that, man, like I've been really, I don't know, I would love to know. I wish it is silly, but I wish I had a heat insert counter. It'd be cool to know how many inserts I've used with this thing. I know that's a ridiculous ask, and you know, like the only mods I can think of for this thing would be probably pretty silly. Like a light would be cool, you know, to light up the area, but it's also completely unnecessary because it's an open form factor. So like, do you really need a light? But as far as just overall like functional, I don't really think I've got much for you. I'm trying to think, like, if there's weird shaped things that you can't lay flat, I don't know, some kind of a unique, I don't know how it would work, but like some kind of a way to clamp something at an angle where it's straight would be pretty sweet. That feels like that's probably a difficult ask. But for general heat insert installing, I've been really happy with it. I did not open the form yet. Nope. I'm going to open it as soon as I get these last two heat inserts in. And for anyone that wasn't here earlier, we're giving away a spool of Polymaker filament, and then we're giving away the box turtle. So it'll be one entry. I'll make sure that whoever wins the Polymaker spool first is entered back in. I'll make sure I don't remove the name and verify that it's still on the list. That means pretty much where it needs to be. Yeah, that's plenty good. Okay, so let me, before I exit out of this, let me just make sure that's all the heat inserts. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna unplug this really quick. Switch the camera to myself. Hi, everybody. Move this over here. Okay. Form. Here you are. Send. Link. Shorten URL. Okay. Form is going into chat in a second here. And it will be pinned for approximately half an hour. Pin message. Okay. I'm going to take like 5 here to eat this little bowl of nuggies and tater tots, and I'll just kind of read chat. Using an X-Acto to X-Acto the bonded part. Wish me luck. Oh god, good luck, dude. Please be safe. I've hurt myself plenty of times by just doing things, so. An LED ring could be cool. The only thing is as of right now, the stealth press has no electronics in it, right? Like it's all mechanical. There's no electronics. So you'd have to add like a power source. It would be kind of cool, like, it would be kind of cool to have an LED ring on it. Yeah, I would like it. It's just the adding of the electronics. I got Eddie working on the Merc last night. Nice. How's your experience been so far with thermal drift? Have you done any calibration for that? Hey, Nolan. He had a clipper ran heat insert. Thanks for the feedback, everybody. In case of any suggestions, do not hesitate to ping me in Discord or printables. Like constantly improving this project. There will be more iterations. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really solid as is. There's just about everything can always be improved on, and to some extent, but I mean, I know that I'm not using the latest iteration, and I've been really happy with it, so. I love snack break. I should go find mine. Yeah. Well, it's 2 o'clock here. Like, we start streaming at noon, so I usually have breakfast before, and by 2 o'clock, if I don't eat something during stream, I start to get, like, kind of hangry, and then by the end of stream, I'm like, I'm so hungry, so. Hey, Skylar. All electronics and power could easily be handled by a Zhao ESP32, USB-C 2, teeny tiny board. Yeah, I think it could be cool. I just think that, like, I don't think that electronics should become a standard part of the build. Maybe if there's like a spin-off or a like variant option where there is some electronics that add things like LED, that could be cool. But for the sake of keeping the build price down, which I know that ESP32s are very inexpensive, but also keeping it as simple as possible, that adding electronics shouldn't be part of the base build. But I do like the idea of it, especially the LED. I think the LEDs could be cool. Not everybody has like bright studio lights. Dino nuggets? Dude, they just taste better. I think Lisa mentioned in chat a while back when we were talking about this. They just taste better. Something about the dino nuggets, man. I have a USB Eddy I want on stream. I would love to use it, but I can't find any good mounting options. What are you trying to install it on? Trying to think. The Stealth Burner is like the main mount that I know there is for it, because it's the same form factor as the Omron. Any luck with the X-Acto Tor or no? Dino Nuggies with the sneaky... Oh, that's a good... I gotta try that. I ordered Panda Express earlier in the week. I was just craving it. I haven't had Panda Express in a while. And so I gave Jackson some of the orange chicken, chow mein, fried rice, and beef and broccoli. And he ate pretty much everything. And I grabbed my broccoli and was like, look, broccoli. And ate it. You know, I was like, that's so good. And he grabbed his broccoli, took a bite. And like halfway through the bite was like, looked at it, put it back in his bowl. He had pretty much everything but the broccoli. So I've got to figure out a way. He likes some veggies. He'll do like boiled carrots. He likes a lot. He likes cucumbers. Loves fruit. But yeah, we gotta figure out vegetables. Hey SS. A light on the stealth press would 100% be nice. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of people are into the light idea. I mean, even with a studio light like this, if you have a heat insert going into a part like this, it was still a little... Wait, okay, that's not where the heat insert goes. If you have a heat insert going into a part like this, right, where it's not on the surface, it still was a little bit difficult for me to make, like, to see when the heat insert was flush with the printed part. So having a light directly above it like that, it could be really cool to have. That's how we got veggies into my kid. And the applesauce packs that have veggies, I haven't seen those either. You've given me some things to consider. Yeah, I'd like to nip that in the butt early on. We don't eat, I mean, we eat veggies. I'd like to eat probably more veggies than we do. It's on the 2.4. But, yeah, I'd like to have him eating more vegetables, that's for sure. We do quite a bit of salads, and he'll eat croutons, which isn't salad, so. After cutting a line about halfway down, the full thing came out. X-Acto is working well so far. Okay. Glad I'm doing it now rather than on stream. Yeah. Everyone gets to see me do all my silly stuff live, but it is what it is, man. I feel like there's something to be learned. We got 129 people in the giveaway. There's 226 people here. We are giving away a spool of Polymaker filament and a complete box turtle kit. So if you are here, get into the giveaway. Definitely a very cool giveaway that Jason has provided for this stream. So we'll leave the giveaway open for another 21, 22 minutes or something like that. All right, let's continue here now. Back to business. So we are getting, looks like the other 4 of those same switch types. Drop the bearing into the slot. Okay, so you can't actually see the bearing in this. Oh, there we go. I lied. So same bearings dropping into the slot. So basically the same thing we did for the buffer. So we'll take 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our bearings are right here. Nope, those are magnets. Our bearings should be here somewhere. There they are. Okay. And then the micro switches are, let's see, should be 4. Actually, there's going to be 5. So load 4. I'm assuming this is for load 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's not the right one. Load 2. Oh, you guys can't see. There we go. Okay. Load 3. Is this load 4? Load 1. Okay, so this is all the ones that say load on them, which I'm just going to assume is what we're installing here. It looks like the cable goes... Okay, yeah, cable goes downwards in there. So we'll do one at a time. And we will... Let's see. Where's the bearings? There we go, bearings. Is the giveaway link in Discord? No, it's here in chat. It's pinned at the top of the chat log, or the chat window. If you don't see it, you might need to refresh the window. Delilah! Oh no. Delilah just threw up. I'll be right back. I gotta get a towel and stuff. Give me 1 second, everyone. Sorry. And we're back. This is the type of thing where like live streams are very raw, you know, like in a video, of course, things get edited out, so stuff like that doesn't happen. But luckily, it wasn't a lot. So I don't know. I don't know if she was fed something or if it was just a freak thing, but it wasn't a lot. And then Aaron's taking her outside, so hopefully she's okay. Sorry about that, everybody. All four all 4 done. My thumb is numb from the pressure. Okay. So it sounds like an X-Acto knife might be what I need to do, is basically use that to shove it in there and break the seal between the two. I might have to pick up an X-Acto because I think all I've got are larger like blades than an X-Acto. So what toolhead I'll be using, that's TBD. Probably Filametrix, but I need to see whether that'll work with the toolhead board I've currently got. So yeah, but probably that. The initial thought was the +4. There we go. But that's not gonna work. So okay, so it looks like cable goes down through here. That. I just received a scanner this morning. Small bill. Oh gosh, yeah. Dog vet stuff is incredibly expensive. I'm trying to see, how does this go in? Just like that? Just kind of slides in? Yeah, vet bills are super expensive. I think that's fine. Okay, so I just dropped the bearing in kind of the same way I did with the buffer, and then right now the wires are pulled down. I have it so the wires are beneath the surface. So I imagine we're clamping the stuff on here, like the gears and all that. So wires are beneath the surface, and right now it's just sort of press fit into that pocket. So I'm just gonna rinse and repeat that process for the rest of them. But yeah, I used to work many moons ago at PetSmart, and vet bills are expensive. Delilah had a lot of issues growing up. She had a lot of health issues growing up, and so even just getting like her ears flushed or stuff like that, I'm like, how is that that many hundreds of dollars? Like, doesn't even make sense. These fit in nicely. I'm not sure how deep they're supposed to go, but I imagine not super deep. Okay. Yeah, that's in there plenty deep, I think. Okay, so here's 1, here's 2. 3. The worst is I didn't find anything. Yeah, it was the same kind of thing with Delilah. She had, before when we were in Lake Forest, it would have been like 3 years ago, she had some weird stuff going on with her stomach. I felt really bad. I'm not gonna get into details, but just she had stomach issues, and honestly wasn't sure she was gonna make it. Like, it was really bad. And took her to the vet, and they did a bunch of things, like just and she's also quite aggressive at the vet. Like, she has to have like 2 muzzles on, so she's super stressed out. Like, she's a sweetheart, but she's very timid at the vet. And so it was an awful experience, not with the vet, they were great, but like just because of how she is. Yeah, they gave her like antibiotics, put her on this limited diet food, and gave me a list of like things it could be. And I'm like, great. Like, and the, you know, the path forward was all crazy expensive. So we ended up giving her the antibiotics. I kept her on the limited ingredient diet for a bit, and she got better. It's been, I mean, 3 years now. And then since then, I still have her on like a senior diet, but I couldn't hang with that cost of that food. I mean, it was like, I want to say it was like $80 a bag for what they wanted her to have, and she was going through it every 2 weeks. I'm like, that is a lot of money in dog food. Like, that's kind of nuts. So, but yeah, the stuff we're doing now, I think it costs like $80 a month. So it's at least better than what they were trying to have me on. How old is she? That's a great question. I got her before I was 21 and I'm 32 now. So 11 and a half, maybe? Like 11 and a half roughly. She was a rescue, so I don't know exactly how old she is, but they approximated like, I think a few months when I found her, or when she was found. So yeah, I would say 11 and a half, which is pretty dang good for a lab pit mix. Like, she's she's been a champ. So, I mean, she climbs up the stairs every day up here, and, you know. Yeah, specialty dog food is no joke. That stuff is, whew. I'm like, it's crazy expensive. Okay, assembled drive gear. We're doing, I said I was gonna do one at a time, but we're doing all at the same time, which I think is not a bad idea. Align the grub screw with the flat side for not tight. Okay, sweet. So this is very similar to what I'm used to doing. So we'll put bearing on, get this on. We'll tighten the set screw, but not fully, so it can still slide up and down, but not rotate, and then bearing on the other end. So let's grab, there was a bag with all this. Here it is. Okay. Are these, nice, LDO. They're, the set screws already have Loctite on them. That's what I was curious about. Okay, so we'll leave. Aren't they the best though? What, the set screws with Loctite on them, Marty? Makes me very happy. My vet said largely specialty vet blend of dog chow are a rip-off. Recommended fish and veggie diet. Yeah, if you can do, like, if you've got the ability to just make the food from scratch. I think when I was working at PetSmart, there's a lady that had this dog that she had to like bake chicken and do baked chicken and rice every single day for the dog, and it was still like way cheaper than is there 2 set screws? No, just one. It was way cheaper than, you know, the specialty stuff. I think, I don't know, you're in Australia and I don't know what brands and stuff they have, but here the big one is Science Diet. They have, Science Diet has like just regular dog food, but they also have prescription based stuff, and the prescription based stuff is just very expensive. Okay, so teeth go on first, and we're gonna align it with the flat portion of the shaft, which you can probably see in reflecting. So just slide this on. Attempt to slide this on. Okay, I guess I already have it too tight, so there we go. Okay, so now it can still, dropped my bearing. It can still easily slide up and down, but it cannot twist off that flat part of the shaft. So Sam's canned chicken and then make plain rice. Used it for my elderly Boston for a long time. Yeah, there's definitely, oh, aren't they the best for pets? Yes. Wait, what did I just say yes to? Isn't what the best for pets? I'm sorry, I'm talking about so many things. I don't know what that was in reference to. Okay, so we've got this in place. So bearing, I'm just gonna rinse and repeat. Let me see, what's the next step here? Because I'm probably just gonna do that 4 times really quickly. Yeah, we'll just do that 4 times. So let's keep this together, drop this back in this bag. Are the LDO kit BMG gears hardened? They appear to be hardened, yep. Yeah, take a look at them. Yeah, they appear to be hardened to me. I don't see it labeled, but they certainly look hardened. RNC coated, okay. That's what Tor says. I mean, aren't pets the best? Oh! Yes. Yes, pets are absolutely the best. They make us laugh so much. Okay, I'll just leave you like that. Yeah, we've got Delilah and then we've got Monkey. And Monkey, I forget, Aaron got him after we had started dating. We've been dating for 9 years and 2 months roughly. So we've had him for probably 8.5 years or so. He's a much smaller dog, but he's also a major, like, anxious dog. So I'm not sure. We'll see. He's doing fine right now. But I guess basically what I'm getting at is usually smaller dogs live longer. He's like, I mean, I don't know how much he weighs. I would say he's probably 40 to 50 pounds. He's not big, but he's like a cinder block with legs. How I describe him. Pets are nice, but make traveling... Yes, I will not deny that. Because Monkey is aggressive And Delilah, well, Delilah's fine, but it's really Monkey. Because Monkey's aggressive, we can't kennel them, which has made traveling together nearly impossible. Thankfully, since my parents ended up buying a house out here, they, like, when we go to a wedding in a few weeks' time, they'll be watching Jackson and the dogs, so that's been nice. But yeah, no, it definitely adds a whole other element of complication when it comes to travel. My cat is sitting on my keyboard, cuddling me while I work. What kind of cat? Or like what color? I take a dog sitter. Yeah, that's if you've got one that you trust, that's really nice. Okay, second gears are done. Let me throw these back in their bag. Keep it all together. Also expensive. Yeah, I would imagine having a sitter is quite expensive. You know, my uncle, he used to go away a few times a year. He's an artist and used to have art shows throughout the United States. And when I was younger, like maybe high school, he would have me dog sit. I don't think I actually had a dog sit. Like I think maybe one time I stayed there, but otherwise it was really just, you know, go there and feed a couple times a day and let him out. And I didn't mind at all. I mean, Uncle's awesome, and his dog passed. I mean, his dog got really old, but her name was Darcy, or we call her Daubers, and she was a little, oh goodness, what are the dogs? Corgis. She was a Corgi. Man, I love Corgis. I mean, I like all dogs, but just, they're so cute. They're little, Corgis are adorable. So yeah, I loved going over and hanging out with Darcy. She's a sweet girl. I'm thinking the only reason they have 2 set screws in here is in case you drop one of the 2, which is highly appreciated. So if you drop one of these in carpet, you're probably not finding it. Okay, giveaway is open still. We're giving away a spool of Polymaker filament, and LDO has provided a full box turtle kit. The only limitations to the box turtle kit is you have to be in the US, Canada, what did I say earlier? US, Canada, EU, or Australia. So if you're outside of those places, unfortunately, you're not eligible, but I think that covers a very large amount of the audience. Corgis are feisty. I have a dachshund. They are just as goofy. My buddy Jim that I lived with for a few years had 2 old lady weenie dogs. I think Sam and Sarah were their name. And when I was younger, I used to go over and like we would hang out, have a few drinks. I'd usually crash over at his place, and they ended up getting a cot from me, but I think at the beginning it just like set me up on the floor with, you know, back when I could handle being on the floor. And I think it was Sam that used to come up and snuggle me every night. This old weenie dog. She was the sweetest thing ever, but her breath was like, it was like zombie, man. Like how I would imagine zombie breath. It was rough. It was really rough, but yeah, they were super sweet, but just real old, man. They were, you know, they'd bark a little bit, but they weren't really doing a whole lot. People confuse NZ as being a part of Australia all the time. Does that count? I don't know, man. I don't know. Jason said US, Canada, EU, and Australia. So that's what I'm sticking to. From a logistics standpoint, I couldn't tell you. What are you comparing me to? Yeah, a very old weenie dog. The sweetest old weenie dogs. I mean, they're no longer with us. They're passed, but like they were the sweetest old weenie. Pretty much my only experience with weenie dogs or dachshunds. Aaron had one that had passed before we started dating. I think a couple years prior, so I never got to meet her. Okay, last of these bearings, or last of these, sorry, not bearings, but teeth. Okay, we're locked on. Oh, you had two weenie dogs? Yeah. So cute. Every time Erin gets excited every time she sees a dog out in the wild. But like, we'll be driving in the car, and if someone's walking a dash hound, she'll get like a high-pitched voice, and she'll say, "Oh my god, a weenie!" She gets so excited. There was one time when we were living in California still, we went to the beach, and it was like a wiener dog meetup, and there was maybe 15 or 20, and I remember one named Sushi, and I have a photo somewhere of Erin just crouched down in the middle of this weenie dog meetup, getting love from like, you know, just kissing it, like, or like, I don't know, with all these weenie dogs, and like, it just, she looked like she was in heaven, like pure bliss. Knock the fly of, wait, knock the fly, oh crap. Coworker brings her dash hound to the office sometimes. It spends most of the day sleeping under my desk. That's awesome. That would make my day. We had a coworker when I worked at Matter Hackers that had a dog that they would bring in on Fridays, I think. And when I worked upstairs with them, I was always so excited. And then they stopped. I think there was an issue. One of the dogs, someone else brought a dog, and I think it nipped somebody. They were like play fighting. The dog thought it was real fighting, and the dog bit that person. And I don't think it was like really bad, but at that point they rolled no more office pets, which I understand the policy, but was very disappointed. Okay, everybody, we've got two minutes left. There is a link in the very top of chat, and if you want to win, if you want a shot at winning a Polymaker spool and or a box turtle kit from LDO, then this is your final call. Final call for everybody. If I win, ship to me and pay for the shipping to NZ. Oh, you're saying if you win? I brought my buddy to work too. He was in charge of stress management. Aw, that's awesome. Let's see, how many entries do we have? Ooh, 205 entries. All right. We got some people that want to win. 181 likes. Thank you, everyone. If you have not hit the like button, can we get to 200? I'd be stoked. 19 people just need to smack the like button. What I'll do is in 1 minute, I'll remove that link, and then everyone that's filling out the form actively will have 60 more seconds. See how the skirt's coming along. Oh, it's done. Cool. The skirt that I didn't print out's done. At 189, we're so close. No like or disqualified. No, I won't do that. I won't do that. 194, we need 6 more. 197. All right, I'm unpinning the link. You've got 60, it's your final 60. Remove and unpin. Final 60 seconds for anyone that's filling it out. Unpin, here we go. Oh, we did it. We did it. 206. You guys are awesome. I always think of cool sound effects. I always think of cool sound effects in the moment and never remember them later. I'm gonna make a note really quick here. I've got a, that was easy sound effect. Okay, I added that was easy sound effect. We did it, and then whee! All right, 15 more seconds, and I'm downloading this list, and we're doing it. $211 entries and 211 likes. That's pretty crazy. All right, that's it. 211's the number. Good luck, everyone. Downloading the list now. Extract. Okay. Google Drive. Place. I will make almost every week, dude. Tells me I'm almost out of storage. All right. So the first person to enter was Sven. And the last person to enter was Kevin V. All right, and that looks like 211, so. All right, that's a lot of names. That is this batch 1 or 2? It will be whatever the latest is, I imagine. I assume this is going to be coming straight from LDO, so I don't see how it could be batch 1 because batch 1's all out in the wild. I'm not the one shipping it. It's coming from LDO HQ. So, all right. So just so we're clear, we're going to do 2 spins. The first winner is for the spool Polymaker Filament, and the second winner is going to be for the box turtle. I will make sure that whoever wins first is entered back into the giveaway, so that way they are eligible to win again. So, thank you to both Polymaker and LDO for allowing us to give away a spool of filament and a box turtle kit. It is very, very cool. This was all on Jason. Like, I did not reach out and say, hey, Jason, can we give some of these away? No, like, Jason, after I posted that we were going to be streaming today, he messaged me and said, hey, like, would you want to give one away? And I said, yeah, if you're willing to do that, I'm sure that, you know, my audience would be stoked to have a chance to win one of these. So Jason's the man. LDO is a very, very awesome company that has just supported not just communities and creators, but like all sorts of rad projects. So on that note, this is the first spin is going to be for a Polymaker spool. I am going to shuffle, I'm going to shuffle 29 times. It's the 29th of January here, so. Okay, here we go. This is for the, just to make clear, this is for the spool of filament. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. I can't really see the names this time, so good luck, everybody. Maurice! Maurice, that is a name I am familiar with. All right, Maurice, you are our first winner. That is for a spool of Polymaker Filament. Congratulations. I will go here. Sound effect, air horn, cheers. Congratulations, Maurice. I will reach out to you, and then I'm going to make sure that your name is still in here. So there should be 211. I'm not going to click remove, and if it closed, cool. So you're here. Your name should be pulled here, but you should still be here as well. There's still 211. So let me do a quick little Maurice search. Maurice, yep, Maurice is still there. Cool. All right, we are going to shuffle again, though. Let's see. Let's shuffle. How many times do we shuffle in? Box turtle. I'm trying to think if there's anything significant I could think of. All right, 15. Jen says 15. Jen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, good luck, everybody. In 3, I know, I thought 4 too. I was like, that's like a small number. 4 seemed, I get it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Good luck, everyone. This is for the box turtle. Dustin G, you are our winner. Congratulations. Hopefully you are in the US or Canada or Europe or Australia, one of those 4 places. I don't actually know how Jason wants me to get the information. So what I'll probably do is I will send you an email just saying, hey, it's Daniel, Modbot. Can you please provide me with all of your shipping details? So I'll probably need like name, full address, and then a phone number usually is required. And then I'll just end up messaging Jason with that information. I think Jason will take care of the rest from there. So, and then for Maurice, I will message you with the usual Polymaker form. That one's really straightforward because we do those every single week. So congratulations to both of our winners. Dustin, hopefully you've got a printer that you can install one of these onto. And yeah, once again, thank you to Jason and a whole LDO team, as well as thank you to Polymaker for letting us do this. So, yep. All right, let's do it. Let's get back into the build. So we have done this so far. Okay, next we're shoving this in. Press on the gear and housing is shown. So we'll do that for all 4 of them. All right, so it looks like this is just getting shoved in like this, trying to make sure the bearing doesn't fall out, because the bearing is a pretty loose fit on this. And then I think I'm probably pressing it. I don't want to damage the wire. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna place this towards the edge like this, so that way the wire's hanging off, but I can still press it down. There we go. Now the bearing is fully seated like that, and we'll just rinse and repeat that process. So let's grab the next one. Yep, hang it over the edge. And going like that, make sure it's aligned. Okay, that looks in, we're spinning. SS1, have you seen the community modification for Eddie? Someone has been rewiring it to act and respond more like a cartographer. No. In what ways though? Because like it is an eddy current probe and it already scans. So like I don't I've never used the cartographer. I have 2 beacons. But like what I'm curious, like what element of the cartographer does the what feature of the cartographer does it have that Eddie does not have? That felt like it. Is that how far it went in? It didn't go in quite as far. There we go. Okay, that one's in. oh, does the cartographer... Wow, my throat. Let me get some water. Did the cartographer add the beacon touch support? I didn't realize that they had ported that over. I thought that Big Tree Tech was going to natively support touch at some point. I thought I had seen a comment or a message about that. This one doesn't feel as smooth as the other ones. No, it's still pretty smooth. Okay. Pretty sure they do now. I'm using it on mine. You're using it on your Eddie or on your cartographer? Sweet. All right, now we're installing the covers. So let's do this. And we're using, these are all M3 by 8 socket heads. Why is my phone blowing up? Just making sure there's nothing funky going on here. Nope. Okay. Gosh. Sorry, everyone. I don't know what's going on in my throat. Okay, let me see. Tor says, pretty sure they do now. Touch. Okay, touch on the cartographer. The hardware isn't the same. The hardware between what? Cartographer and Eddie? Cartographer and Beacon? I don't think any of the hardware is the same on any of them. I dropped a screw. Where did you go? I didn't hear it hit the ground, which is kind of weird. That's all right. We got a lot of spare M38s. Cartographer has built-in ADXL. That's nice. The new beacons do too, like the Rev. I can never remember the name of the Rev, but whatever the latest Rev is, also has it built in. Okay, so this is going like so. That seems right. Instructions, install it until it bottoms out. Okay. H, okay. Yeah, if it was named like Beacon 1 and Beacon 2, it'd be easier for me to remember. But for some reason with the Revs, I never can remember it. It's been fun playing with them all, but the RadOS integration for Beacon is top tier. I've got to get... I feel bad, dude. I've had that vCore 4 in my garage for months now, and I need to swap the toolhead, update RadOS, and just get it going. But it's been freezing in the garage. It's been really messy. I haven't had the time to be out in the garage playing around with it. But I've got to do it. I gotta just set a day aside and get it done. Okay, this feels like it's still spinning smoothly. And then it looks like the last one is on the side. Thread in an M3 on the side until it bottoms out. Okay, so for the one deeper pocket, that's where the M38's going, and it wants us to go until it bottoms out. So we'll do just that. I just ordered one this morning. That is the only way I would remember. Oh, well, that makes me feel better. I haven't looked since I talked to Matt last, which was probably, God, that was at Rocky Mountain Rep Fest when Matt, the creator of Beacon, was there, and I chatted with him for a bit. Was that April last year? I mean, that was a long time ago. I don't know how the heck a whole 8 months flew by. What are you installing the Beacon on? Nope, that's not right. Okay. The song has like a little spooky element to it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a ghost level in an old Mario game. Is it done yet? No, I only broke one piece, or I broke a support that didn't, or like a breakaway optional thing for a cable chain that didn't need to be broken away, and then I couldn't get the supports off of the corner, solid corner pieces. So I'm gonna try printing one, maybe two out on the X1 carbon, and seeing if I can get it off without a X-Acto, because I don't actually have an X-Acto right now. These are protruding a little bit. I hope that's okay. These are protruding a bit. I could tighten them more. I don't want to over tighten them, and I'm not sure if they're meant to be perfectly flush. I don't feel like I want to go tighter than that, so hopefully that's not an issue. So yeah, I have to reprint those, but I'm gonna print out two on the bamboo and see if I can get them off without breaking them, without using an X-Acto. And if I can't, then probably tomorrow, because Erin will be at work tonight. I won't have a car. Probably tomorrow before she goes to work. Is she working tomorrow? No, I think she's tomorrow off. Yeah, so tomorrow I will run to like Home Depot and pick up an X-Acto. Most advantages of a photographer you can get in blue or red. Man of the Croc! Are you streaming until done next time? Definitely not. I don't know. I have no idea how long of a build this is. And also, like, of course, that's partially dependent on how many things you screw up along the way. But yeah, I don't know. We're gonna build the main box turtle setup, but Steve and I are trying to do a collab stream. We've been planning, or at least talking about planning, but at this point planning for quite a while this build of the Tic Tac. And so what'll likely happen is I'll get done with the main part of this build, like the box, and then I'll probably take a break to do that collab series with Steve. And then when we return, we'll be focusing on like the toolhead and finalization of it. So it'll be a little bit. Hey John, sorry just popping in and have to run, but make sure that you printed a jig for the respooler. Okay, I did not print that yet. What is that jig for? I imagine I'll probably be okay for today's stream, but what I'll do is I'll go back into the repo tonight and print out the tools that were added. Like I probably don't need the hub one anymore since I already brute forced it, but any new tools that I see, I'll just print them all out. Thank you for the heads up. Are you going to stream on your schedule or Steve's? We haven't talked details on that yet, but typically we do both. Like, so typically we do Wednesdays my time and Sundays Steve's normal time. The caveat to that is with Jackson, I have no one to watch him. My parents aren't in. Well, you know what? My parents will be back in Idaho. So yeah, that's awesome actually, because I could probably just say, hey, well, I'm doing this build series. Can you come over on Sundays you know, for 1 or 2 times that it takes to watch Jack. So yeah, we haven't talked, so don't take this with a grain of salt, but in the past it was like my regular Wednesday time and his regular Sunday time, minus the one time that I think Aaron worked or something came up, so we just had to postpone or play around with it a little bit. For another ECAS, that helps. Okay. Yep, I will absolutely do that then. I appreciate the heads up. Yeah, when I looked today at the AMS Hub one, I thought that maybe I had just missed it, but yeah, I wasn't there. I downloaded the STL files probably 2-ish weeks ago, so someone else mentioned they were just added over the weekend. So anything new I wouldn't have. You can check if Amazon has same-day delivery for your X-Acto. That's true. They have had, like, next day is pretty common here. We're not too far away from a hub. So for a lot of things, like when I needed mouse traps, thank God, I was able to get them by like 8 a.m. the next morning. I was like, all right, I can't wait on these things. So yeah, I'll take a look. I should probably have an X-Acto. I had one I liked for a really long time, and I think I had some spare blades for it, and I don't know, ran through all the blades and then it snapped, and it used to be in here, and this little, it is here. Yeah, it is here. Yeah, this is it's not focusing because I don't have auto on, but yeah, this is, you can see the snapped remnants of the last one. I snapped it right, right there. So really all I need is blades if X-Acto knives use a standard blade size. Also, thanks for 11 months. I don't think I even, thank you. So yeah, I've got the handle. Have fun, have fun. Hey, yeah, thanks, John. I appreciate it again, man. Warnings are always appreciated. You can find blades locally, I'm sure. Yeah, we were just talking, I won't have a car tonight. So someone mentioned like maybe you can overnight on Amazon, and we have a hub here, so it is possible that if I order online, I can just have it tomorrow before I'd even be able to take the car to Home Depot. Yeah, we share a car. Aaron had a slug bug when we started dating, and it was the most unreliable thing on wheels I've ever seen. And so we ended up getting rid of it, and I was always fine with just, I had a Corolla that was paid off, and so I was fine with sharing it. She needed it for work, and I said, hey, I can just ride share or get dropped off, and I've been remote for the last few years, so we just have the one car. So when she takes it to work, I can't go anywhere, which is a little bit of a bummer. Like sometimes, not now during cold weather, but for nicer weather, it would have been nice to be able to, like, cool, I'll take Jack to the park, or now that my parents are out here. So a mommy car is on the list. We've been saving for probably 2 years now, almost like right since Jack was born. So I'm hoping by end of this year we'll be getting a car, so she'll have a car and I'll have the Corolla to putz around. I always have trouble with the blades shifting around when I use those silver X-Acto handles. They do make more expensive handles that hold the blade better, in my opinion. Okay. I'm trying to think about what I use this X-Acto for mostly. I want to say I did do a lot of support removal, but maybe not. Maybe I was mostly using it for like brims back in the day. This was a Matter Hackers X-Acto that I got when I worked there, so it would have been, it was probably, I think I've been at Lightburn for 3 years, and so it's probably 5 years old. It's been a while. I think they were just giving out a bunch of them to everybody, and I was like, sure, I'll take one. So I haven't had a quality one to use. Did I do everything on this page? Yep. Insert a piece of filament, ensure the drive gear is aligned properly. Okay, so we're securing. Cool, we just did this recently. We just did this like last week, right? Or the week before when we were doing the Cyclops extruder. So let me grab a piece of filament. I've got some PLA on the ground here. Should do. Okay. I gave up an X-Acto and just bought surgical scalpers and never looked back. How do they differ? I imagine like the blades aren't replaceable on them, right? It's probably like permanently attached to it. Okay, so nice. So we have access to the set screw from this side. So we're basically going to be, I might need to clear, is that what that, no, that went through. That, that I didn't clip off the retracted portion in a second. That's a blob. There we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of wiggle it back and forth a couple times. It looks pretty dang centered to me. So I'll leave the filament in there and grab my, was it a 1.5? Yep. It's tricky with these because like you don't want to over tighten them in a sense that you could strip them. But I have on my switch wire build, I remember I was having some issues all of a sudden, and it ended up being that the set screw came loose, and it was a Loctited LDO one. So you still, I mean, I think periodically if you're doing maintenance, it's one of those things where it's not a bad idea to sort of snug it up again. That's pretty dang centered. How did I lose it? There we go. I've heard that OIFA, a KB4 help. I don't know what that is. Is that a? I don't know what that is. Not the handles are designed to be autoclaved, so the blades are. Oh. The handles are designed to be autoclaved, so the blades are replaceable. I picked up my Lightburn license. Oh, nice! Just a box of cheap laser I got to play around with, looking, building a rotary tool. It was a diode laser that you got, right? And what is the wattage on it? Make sure, my biggest recommendation, even if it's enclosed, man, because like a lot of times they'll use, if it's enclosed, like acrylic that's not actually rated to block the laser. I would not use the included goggles. Like, they're going to be better than nothing, but we've seen tests that they're just not rated for it. And with your eyes, like, I would absolutely invest in some, even if the like, there's some Cloud Ray ones I think on Amazon that are decent, but even like a step up from that, with it being your vision, like I would get a really good set of laser goggles, laser glasses to have. 60 people leave the stream after the giveaway. Yeah, that's no surprise. It's also, I mean, it is also lunch, lunchtime or whatever, so people are, I'm sure, coming and going from the office, and like John popped in a moment ago and warned me about the new tools that they added and then had to leave, so I'm sure people come and go. That's all right. Okay. Appreciate the advice. I'll look around for some goggles. Do they have a match my laser? Yeah, they do. They do. I think they have some that have a decent range, but generally for diode lasers, it should be like an orange color. What's the company? They're really expensive, but this company makes insane ones. Laser safety glasses. What's the company called? Thorlabs. Thorlabs makes awesome laser safety glasses, but these are, here, I'll just post them here. They have a ton of, if you're interested too, they have a bunch of like really good articles on the different wavelengths and all of that, like transmission distance. They're really good. So yeah, you also like, so the visible light's also important too, because some of them will only like, you want ones that block the laser, but you don't want ones necessarily that block all light. Like you can find some that like, yeah, it'll block it. Well, you put them on and you're like, I'm in the dark, I can't see anything. So that's also something to consider, is the transmission distance. But these are expensive, man. I'm looking at them, they're like $200. So maybe don't go this high tier. These are phenomenal glasses. But just do your research. I'm sure if you go into if you go into some like laser groups or just do some searching, you can find like a middle ground. Like here's just looking at a Reddit post really quickly here. This is awful. This guy says, do I really have to spend $200 to get safety glasses? And this guy says, nah, just don't look directly at it. Yeah, Cloud Ray seems like a happy medium. I've used these for quite a long time. Let me see if I go on Amazon. Let's see, Cloud Ray, diode, laser, goggles. No, those are not the ones I'm using. 1064. Do me a favor, man, if you want. So Cloud Ray is the company. You can just look around. I'm sure, like, this is, I'll show you this really quick and I'll get back to what we're doing. But Cloud Ray is the company, and you'll look, like, you'll want to find one for if you're doing diode blue light. So it's the same as, like a resin printer, I'm not mistaken, as far as what you need, which I think is, like, green is typically for, that's what I use for my fiber laser, and these are what you'd want. So I think 455 is roughly the wavelength. But yeah, I would go with Cloud Ray is probably going to be a good middle ground for like $40-ish or so, which is a lot better than $200. So yeah, hopefully that helps, man. I've used the Cloud Rays for a long time. I think that Lightburn is getting us the Thorlab ones at some point, which will be really nice. But I've used the Cloud Ray ones for the last 3 years, and they're certainly a lot better than the cheapo stuff that comes in those kits. Okay, so we have one last one to do this with. Who else was reaching toward their screen to stop the tool? Oh, I think I already picked it up. That's funny. I appreciate the effort. I really do. All right, here we go. Last one. So feeding the filament through. I think I did it the other way, like this. Okay. Oh, Steve, since you're here, my hot end showed up today for a build. I was wondering, I was like, how the heck did yours show up before mine when mine was in Idaho and yours was in Colorado, but it showed up. Oh, this one's like a little left. Let me see if I can nudge it. Nope, that's not moving, so I'm tightening you there and calling it good. Okay. Come on, there we go. Okay, we've got all of those tightened down. Sweet. Oh, God. Anything but this. Oh, no. No! All right, well. Just finished one side of black box counterweight cord routing. Oof. Brutal. Yeah, you have to be, like, to do a lot of this stuff, you have to love it, right? Like, the challenge is fun. Like, when you get to the other side, it's really rewarding, but certainly. I need to go. Thank you for the stream and company. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Vinny. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Okay. Yep, so I'm just going to do the same thing I did, which is zoom out a little bit. Pop these in here. We took the rubber off the seal or whatever. And then we're going to place it downward, and we're going to hope that it goes in. Ah, baby. Pop. All right, one's in. Probably going to take the jacket out too. I don't really want to, my poor hands. Patience, yeah, patience is a big part of it. While I do get frustrated, like, there's no denying there's times where I'm like, I am frustrated, but I'm trying to not seem like I am. Generally, like, I do really enjoy the challenge, like, especially if I'm making, like, incremental progress. Even if it's just a little progress, and then we hit something else, I'm still fine with that. I don't mind at all. The only times I get frustrated are, like, there's been a few times where I'm, like, working on a video, And I'll come downstairs and Aaron's like, how's it going? I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't take the rubber off. I literally just said take the rubber off. Wait, that wasn't the rubber. That's why. Oh shoot, okay. Let's make sure I put that back on. 1 second, everyone. Make sure I get that in correctly. There we go. Yeah, well, I'll come downstairs, like, how's it going? I'm like, just, I'm not making any progress. Like, I haven't gotten anywhere. It's just not working. Like, so I do get frustrated after spending, you know, X amount of time on a project and feeling like I've literally gotten nowhere. But I don't mind challenges and, you know, getting stumped and having to work through things. It's kind of rewarding, especially if it's not something that's urgent. If it's something that's urgent, then I just want the thing to work. But if it's just, you know, it's just this project I'm working on, I don't mind it. Okay. This one looks like it still needs just a hair bit more. All right, calling it good enough. All right, this one's done. I need to grab a few hours of sleep. Hey, have a good end of your stream. See you next week. Hey, thank you so much. Nice for hanging out and for the gifted memberships and everything as always, man. I appreciate you staying up so late. And yeah, I will catch you next week. Next week we'll continue this and I'll have those corners, those corners reprinted with the supports removed for everybody. So cheers, man. You rarely show frustration, even when we hackle. I try my best. There's certainly times on the stream where I feel frustrated, but I try not to like outwardly project it. More so, like, not because I'm trying to pretend, but more like it's okay. Like I want to show that, like, you know, it's okay to hit hurdles because I hit them all the time, and I don't know. I just don't see like what benefit it would be for anyone for me to just be like, oh, like this. Yeah, there's time. I'm sure there's times if you go back in a stream where I'm like, all right, like this is, I'm like with the positron journey maker. I'm sure there was moments in that where I'm like, well, this blows. Like, but generally speaking, I try to keep it together because I just, it's a part of it, and I don't know. I just in life, I would say it takes a lot to really get me like upset or frustrated. I just don't see like, I don't know, it's a personality thing, but I don't see much benefit in letting it get the best of you, which, yeah, there's times where that's easier said than done, but it just, I don't know, doesn't do anything for you. So you could cut some extrusions and use the extrusion corners. Wait, for this, you mean, or? You should not talk about rubbers in here, and oh, I don't know what two things I talked about in the same sentence, so there's been quite a few things I've said on streams where I'm like, oh, that probably sounded weird. All right, that one's done. This isn't terrible. I strongly, if you're using your hands, you get some kind of a towel or cloth, or in my case sweater, to help with your hands, because it hurt it hurt pretty bad on the first one. The banana shenanigans for the bucket. Oh, use extrusion corners. Yeah, I don't doubt that that's true. I'm gonna go with, I don't mind using the printed corners, there's nothing wrong with them, but I just have to figure out what, you know, what the deal is with removing them, what the trick is, if it's an X-Acto or whether it's just my printer didn't print those well for some reason. I don't know. It's TBD. But yeah, I don't know. I think the corners are more just a structural mounting point than anything else. Someone said something about LEDs, so maybe the LEDs are inside? I don't know. Okay. Here we go. Nope. Okay. 3 down. All right, taking this off. Taking this off. Last one. What time is it? It's 3. Oh crap! It's 3:10. Dude, it's already been 3 hours and 10 minutes. That's wild. Aaron does have work today, and I do need a few minutes prior to that so we'll probably stream for another 20 or so. Corner LEDs don't come with the LDO kit. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see any. That's right. We just went through this. I didn't see any LEDs other than the ones for the oh gosh, like the feeder, whatever they're called, the lanes. I did see those ones, so maybe I'll add them, maybe not. I don't know. But gotcha, it's an option. Because I do remember seeing the LEDs on the beta kits at 3D Printopia. Oh my god. Go home. Okay. We did it! Yay! That's a good mindset. Once the fog of frustration hits, progress is out of the window. Ask me how I know. Yeah. I absolutely get frustrated, you guys, don't get me wrong, but I really try to reel it in because, yeah, once you feel that, like, adrenaline of, like, you know, oh, I'm so upset, it just, I don't know, what purpose does it serve, right? Like, it doesn't, like, yeah. I don't know. I try to, especially, like, I don't know, yeah. I try to lead by example, and this is just, I don't know, the way I handle it. It's just to try to be like, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I can't change it. Like, my personality, a lot of times in life, like, I don't do well with, like, not knowing something. Like, if I'm waiting for some news, that waiting period is like, it drives me nuts. Like, I'm like just a wreck, like anxious, like, oh, is it? Yeah, I don't know. But like, when something happens in life that is not the way I want it to go, or it's bad news, or I handle it pretty well, I think. Like, I can accept it because I can't change that thing usually. You know, this is the reality of the situation, and I can process that and move forward with that information. So I feel like I apply that to this. The biggest thing that gets me is, like, for this stuff, you know, not for streams because it's all at our own pace, it's really casual, but when I'm working on videos, I'm like, I've got to get this done, like, it's not working. So that the time crunch will get me sometimes, but generally speaking, with life and troubleshooting, like, I can handle bad news pretty well. Of course, there's very extensive bad news, but like, just things that don't go the way I think they're going to, I guess that's just the way it is, and I'll figure out, you know, plan B. So yeah, that's it. I told you, man, rubber mallet. I couldn't find the mallet, Tor. I was gonna hold it up for you to show you I had it. Hey Rob, I didn't finally made it because this is 2 weeks in a row that YouTube has failed. Oh, that sucks. I need to set a calendar reminder from now on. Are you in the Discord live notifications, like, role? Because I did tag, like, that's usually Lisa or Alien or myself will tag, because I don't know, when it comes to YouTube and the notifications, I don't know if it's supposed to do it for every stream, or if you have to do it on a per stream basis, or if it's a playlist. But clearly YouTube's notification system is borked, because I always get people saying like, hey, I didn't know you were streaming. So yeah, so I'm sorry that was the case. We are going to wrap it up pretty soon here. I'm going to go through a little bit more just because of time. Let's see, remove supports. Okay, was this an accent piece? But yeah, I'm sorry that you didn't get a notification, man. Would these have been, okay, so these are printed in accent color, it looks like. There's 2, there's 3. Who's 4? Okay, and this is saying remove support, and the support is that guy. Okay, hopefully we can get rid of this support. The supports have been stuck pretty hard. Like, I removed a few before we streamed, but I had to start adding calendar reminders on my phone. Yeah, that blows. I wish that wasn't the case, but I don't know of anything I can do on my end to make that better. Wait, is this one where I can just literally No. Yeah, all the supports are stuck pretty hard. I'm not sure. That's probably not the best. This is probably a flathead stitch. Maybe? I really don't want to pry on the... I really don't want to pry on the part that's staying because, let's see. Can you just snap off, please? Wait, you know what? Can I push it out from the bottom? It looks like I can. Let's see. Can I just push? Nope. Okay, I might just be using flush cutters for a sec here. Oh, hello. New to the stream, but I've been tinkering with my 3D printer for a while now. Well, hey, Silky, thanks for joining us. Nice to have you here. I wish these supports would come out just a little bit easier, man. I don't want to say it's like a stream curse thing, but I swear that the ones I removed off stream came out relatively easily. Let me see if I can push with my from the bottom. I don't get it. I don't understand why. Why are we stuck so hard? I can't get... Oh, okay. All right, so yours are stuck too. I almost feel like for stuff like this, like pre-supporting might not be the best thing. Like I can just about guarantee if I just did slicer supports that I'd probably have gotten these off easier. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to flathead this. I'm gonna break the part. I think I just got it. I think I got it. I did. I did it! Probably gonna hit it with a heat gun just to see if I can clean up some of those scratches I got on the part. Note to self, Dan doesn't tune. Yeah, this was right off of the +4. I would say that for stuff like this, like I think a lot of people will run into issues. I think like other than maybe like people that have custom built printers, which I know is what a lot of this is going on, but I don't think a lot of people are tuning all their profiles, man. Been back watching Mercury 1 conversion. You still, it's worth the investment into the machine, thinking of doing it. I love the Mercury 1, man. I'm actually revisiting it this year. Yeah, Tor says, I tuned mine and it was still rough to get out. So it's not just a tuned filament thing. Or a tuned machine thing. Because there was people mentioning earlier too that a lot of them had difficulty with those corner pieces. I barely tuned mine, didn't have any trouble. Jimmy John, you're not helping, Jimmy John. So Silky, they just released like a new frame enclosure setup with CNC motor mounts, and there was something else I want to say. We're going to be revisiting it. I'm probably going to build it. I'm probably going to be building one later this year, like tearing mine down and rebuilding it. If we don't support, people will cry. If we do, people will cry. Shrug. The guiders particularly hasn't been a common complaint. Why don't you just provide both? Like you know, a pre-supported version and a non-pre-supported version. That's what my recommendation would be. Like for those that want it, there you go. Here's a pre-supported one. For those that want to support themselves, there you go. I wouldn't think it would be, you know, any more work just to drop one version without supports. I use needle nose to pull a chunk of the support from the center, then grab the support piece from the sides and squeeze tip of the pliers. Gotcha. Then I kid you not, we get complaints that there are too many options. It's quite the ride. I've got no answer for that then. Wait, you said, I used needle nose pliers to pull a chunk of the support from the center, then grab the support piece from the side and squeeze. Yeah, mine's like, it's like tearing into pieces. Yeah, it doesn't want to. I mean, I'll get it. This one seems like it's definitely more feasible, but I probably am going to just have to pry a bit. I mean, I'm almost tempted to see if I can shove this guy back in between here. Nope, I don't want to do that. I can see myself towards the end of the stream. I just hurt myself. Let's not do that. Hey, Nizo. That's enough now. Squeeze from the side. Wait, what do you mean squeeze from, like, the angle I was doing, or you mean squeeze like inwards? I don't know, Steve. Oh! Dude, Steve. Steve. Come on. I almost swore at it for a second there. I didn't though. Ah, I got it! I stabbed myself too. No. I was doing so good. Okay. The Steve method works. The Steve method works. Don't stab yourself in the end though, but if you pinch the center out, you give yourself a little bit of a hollow cavity, and use the needle nose on the little openings right here, you can get it to sort of do the thing. So pinch center, probably need to pull it a little bit more. You need more veggies. Grip them from the bottom with the pliers and squeeze till my finger blistered. Oh my god. I just got all 4 of those out with brute force. Squeeze harder. I also printed for the better layer adhesion, so that is part of the problem. Oh baby. Dude, that's it right there. Alright. I would add that to the instructions, man. Like, as a note. If you pinch the center out, yeah, that's definitely... Dude, we'll call it the Steve. That is way better than me prying at it. All right, last one. Never doubt Steve. I don't. Oh, that's not true. I doubt everybody, but usually Steve can back his reasonings up. Like, if there's something he says, I'm like, eh. Usually Steve has an explanation for why a thing is a certain way, or why he thinks a certain way is best, which I can appreciate. There we go. All right. I need that button, that was easy button. Okay, we got those out. Supports are gone. Sweet. All right. Needle bearing. Now is the time to lubricate the bearings. Yep. Okay, so this will be like the last thing we'll probably do is get these bearings in. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I put them all back in a bag. That's right here. Yeah, the pinch center method and tearing out like that is absolutely the winning proposition. Okay. Okay. You probably could have gotten your support out of your corners, Daniel. Oh, I bet. I don't doubt it. Steve would have just gone like this, dude. Steve would have looked at those corners. He'd have put his hands to his temple like this, and they would have just jumped out of his printed parts, man. They would have been like, we're out. The pinch and pull. Yep. I don't think I have gloves up here. That's whatever. I'll just use my hands for the grease. All right, let's set up all the gears. Yeah, Steve would have just looked at them a certain way and then have been like, "Oh God, like we're out of here, man." I'm over here, just swearing and sweating at the supports. Okay, we got gears. Lubricate the needle bearings. Is it the needle bearings we're lubricating or the shaft? I thought it was the shaft that we're lubricating. Maybe it is the bearings. Oil, Steve. That's sensei, Steve, to you. All right. Cool. So I'm going to get, they actually included grease. Let's just use that. Where, if I can find it. If I can't find it in like there it is. Grease. Okay, it seems like it wants the grease on the bearings. I swore the grease went on the shaft. I'm just gonna do both. Just a tiny, oh, that was probably too much. I'm just gonna do a little bit like that. Time to lubricate the needle bearings. Confirming though, we are putting some on the these bearings as well. That's what it seems like. I don't recall doing that in the past. I feel like I always just did the shaft, but maybe I did. I would think it would be just a light amount then. What printer? Yeah, it's gonna go on the 2.4 because the +4 has kind of more complications than I would like. And I'm planning on installing the Cheaty box when they end up releasing it. I'll probably do a video on it. So I just don't want to do any mods that aren't easy to undo. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of grease to these. I don't imagine it's gonna be an issue one way or another. Let's do a teeny tiny bit. Just use my hands. All right, shove one through here. I'm just rinse and repeat that process. I put lube in the bearing holes. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Pack them. That's a really good idea. Yeah, we'll do that then. I don't know if I'll be able to get these first. I guess I can push them out. I've definitely not packed these before. Oh, yeah, that's sweet. Shoot. Now I wish I had gloves though. I wasn't planning on using this much. I totally forgot to lube those. Thankfully I have a lot of finishing to do on mine. Yeah, I've definitely not packed these before, but whatever. Okay, I'm gonna grease them, then clean them up a bit before sliding them in. I don't want to get grease all over the outside of these gears. That is what I don't want. So let's move these. Yeah, this is a lot more grease than I typically use, so. I will say I don't think you have to pack these. I'm convinced you don't. I'm doing it this time, but it's definitely not something I've done in the past, and I've used these a lot. I'm getting all these tips from you and Steve and maybe Tor. I bet I'll still struggle. Hey man, if you don't struggle at least a little bit, like, can you say that, you know, you can't be as proud of the finished product. It's that blood, sweat, and tears at the very end that you're like, I did this. I persevered through the pain. I'm gonna have really greasy hands today. You guys got me wanting pizza too. I think that's on the menu. I don't know if I'll do fancy pizza. It might just be Domino's. Even though I told Aaron yesterday that I was done with junk food for the week. Today's stream. What digital jagger knows how to do it. Put needle bearings in the idler. Put a finger on one end. Put some grease inside the shaft, and then push the grease around the bearing. Okay. Put needle bearings in the idler. So okay, drop them in the idler. Put a finger on one end. Put some grease in it. And then yeah, that sounds like probably a better way. Because with my way now, I've got grease all over, or not my way, but this way, I've got grease all over and need to clean things up. Well, that way it would all be kind of contained inside. So yeah, that's probably a better solution. But I mean, there's a lot of ways to do the same thing. But yeah, I'm not feeling like this was the best route, and I probably should have grabbed gloves the second I committed to doing this. All my gloves that are usually up here in the garage because of mice. Every time I have to remove a mouse, I've been going through my nitrile gloves. Even though I should probably not be using nitrile. Should probably be using thick gloves, but usually the mouse is no longer here. So it's okay to just use it to, but yeah. I've cooked them on my track rad, so lube is a good idea. Okay, so I'm going to remove some of the grease with this paper towel, just so that way it's not globbed. There's still tons of grease. Okay, that's plenty. Just trying to get rid of the globs that it pushed out, really, more than anything. And also not touch the gears very much, or the idlers. For anyone watching this in the future, I strongly recommend following what Luke mentioned, which is basically shove these bearings into the idler and then put your finger on one end of the idler, pack it with grease, and push the rod through. And there you go. Way less messy and quicker. And still should accomplish the same thing. Jackson is awake from his nap. Okay, so I'm going to quickly, I'm gonna probably end up using some isopropyl, but just for this second, I'm gonna wipe this down really quick with just a paper towel to get rid of the globs. I'm gonna walk over to the restroom right here and wash my hands, and then we'll put these in place. What time is it? 3:34? Yeah, I probably got like 10 minutes left tops. Scrub. Okay. I don't have a towel in that bathroom, so I'll grab another paper towel. All right. Print everything on a printer with bridging tuned and check you print everything. All Smallbot has a soft white collar job hands. Whatever, man. I've got a bad back. That's my excuse. Okay, so these are all going in, and it looks like they're going in with teeth. So holding it like this. Nope, not dropping it. Teeth facing the right side. So, oops, like so. Try my best to kind of center it. Well, it didn't have that satisfying snap in like I was wanting, but it did drop it. I'm gonna... Oh, that was too far. All right, bud. Trying to get it centered. It is not wanting to stay centered. There we go. Okay. That feels pretty good. Okay. Mine didn't snap it at all, but they stayed close too, so not too worried. Yeah. I was kind of expecting the snap just because... wait, why is this one still supports? Why are we not... Why does this one feel different? No, it's fine. It's tripping out. Yeah, I'm fine with it not snapping. I just was originally expecting the snap. Okay, and then last one is going in like this. That. Cool. I think we've got those in. I feel like they're spinning freely enough for me. I cleaned the internal surface where the supports were, was causing a lot of drag. Interesting. I could see that. I don't know if it's... Yeah, I think I'll leave it for now, but yeah, that's probably not a bad idea, just to clean that rough surface a bit. Nothing like a nice reassuring snap. Okay, let's see what's showing up next. All right, I think this is the last thing I'll do, is I'll just put these M30s in. I won't put the tension arms in. I've got to get going here, but that way it's at least a singular piece. So let's grab this, and this is going like this, right? Yep. Sweet. Okay, so for this, they are just going, you just drop in. I mean, if anyone's built an extruder, drop in, then you're just putting a screw through the pivot point, and it's going into a, don't over tighten the screw, the gutter should be free swinging. So it is going into a heat insert. So you don't have to be super careful, but you also don't want to over clamp it, so. It's probably about right. Yeah, I'm not gonna go more than that. So it still moves freely. I'll do one last half turn just because it's me. There we go. Okay, yep. Just don't want to over compress it. Bam. Dropping in from the top. This one's got a little more tension. Do a quarter turn back. Yeah, feels like the other one. Okay, that one's good. We can always adjust these later, but for now, this is at least, it feels like a good starting point. And then this one, same thing. Oops. Okay. Feels good. Last one. All right, we have got these basically built. I think all that's left is the tensioning arm. Let's just take a quick look. So we've got tensioning arm. Insert a piece of filament through. Here's a whole anti-squish. The extruder gear should have good bite into the filament. Everything should spin smoothly. As you pull from the anti-squish screw needs to be set. Insert piece of metal extruder just to grip by backing out the anti-squish. Oh, interesting. So that guy right here is the anti-squish, apparently. That big socket head. Insert a piece of filament through the extruder. Here's a bit of Dr. Dave, anti-squish. The extruder gear should have a good bite into the filament. Everything should spin smoothly as you pull the filament through. It needs to be set because the extruder absolutely can crush filament. Now is the time to make sure everything is adjusted properly for smooth operations. Okay, so I mean, I'll check the video. I have before when we first did this on the stealth burner, but I imagine we'll just be having the filament inserted and slightly... I think that having it fully bottomed out means that it has the least amount of max tension, and by loosening it, by loosening it increases tension. I think that's how it goes, but it's been a minute since I've done it. So yeah, basically we've got the little tension arm adjusting the anti-squish, securing the motor onto it, and that's to the backlash for the steppers. Cool, another video on the teeth. And that's it. So let me see. So that's the extruder section. We still have quite a bit to go. So next week I'll make sure I have the corners done. We'll knock out frame, finalize extruders, and hopefully get all respooler done. That's at least the plan. And just see how far we can get. But something tells me that's probably going to be our next week. But I'm at least happy we got this done. Yes, we ran into... Really, the main hiccup was just those corners, man. I couldn't get those supports out. These ones, once I did the pinch and pull method or whatever we were calling it, that Steve recommended, that was not bad at all. But it was very difficult otherwise. But taking out that center and giving you a section to kind of break away from it was really, really helpful. These look awesome. I think that this blue and silver or gray from LDO on the black frame is going to look just really, really good. The anti-squish is just a hard stop, yeah. I think you need it for flexibles, right? I mean, I don't think that you would really use flexibles with this, but in terms of the stealth burner, I feel like that's primarily what you need to adjust it for. You set it for rigid filaments, and then if you're going to be printing with like TPUs or flexibles, you need to adjust it, which I don't think I've ever done on a Voron. I've only used them for rigid materials. Yeah, I don't print with flexibles that often anyway. It's usually like a one-off thing, and at that point, I'm trying to think of what my go-to is. Probably one of the bamboo printers for right now. But I've used quite a few. Even like I've used my Ender 3 with direct drive, and that's done pretty good with it. So, all right. It's gonna look freaking sweet, man. Yeah, so I will get the parts reprinted out tonight. It already finished the skirt. I did a brim on it because I had one early on issue with the LDO filament warping. Probably isn't necessary since I've raised the bed from the default 90 to 100, but I'll have to, because it was a little too close, I'll have to remove the edging of this brim. But I do have, ugly. Brim came off ugly because the nozzle was too close, so I'll just clean it up with a deburring tool. But yeah, I got that piece. This is the piece that I wasn't in the repository when I downloaded it. So I'll print out the tools, clean this up, reprint the corners, remove the supports, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll next week. And is there anything else support-wise while you're here, Armored, that I should be taking a look at, like that you can think of, like, oh, that support could be tricky too? I know that I removed some already from, I don't know what pieces they were. I think they were these guys. Yeah, these guys I removed supports from. They snapped off relatively easily. I have concerns with, is it this piece? Yeah, I have concerns with this piece. For some reason, when it bridged, you can see on the inside there, you've got like, it's not just a strand of filament. It's like a whole, almost a wall of filament that is in there. And I think this is where one of those Bowden, the ECAS or whatever they're called, is going. So I'm a little bit concerned on that. Excuse me. Maybe what I'll do is I'll probably end up snipping that filament and then seeing if I can press it in. And as long as it works on one, I think I printed think I printed 8 of these instead of 4 because I had changed the setting, was hoping it would correct it, and it didn't. That's pretty much the last of the supports. Okay, sweet. Another reason you need a hobby knife. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I'll get a hobby knife too. I'll show off my shiny hobby knife next week. So, getting a hobby knife, printing out the corners, removing the supports, printing out the tool things that I missed that were uploaded this weekend. I think that's pretty much it. So, yeah, we're gonna call it there. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you to Armored Turtle and just everybody for chilling, for entertaining me and being entertained by me, hopefully, and maybe learning a thing. I don't know. But thank you to LDO for allowing us to do the giveaway. Thank you to Polymaker for allowing us to give away a spool of filament. I appreciate all of our new members, all of our returning members, gifted memberships, donations. There was a lot of awesome support today. So thank you to everybody. And yeah, we'll continue. The game plan is next Wednesday, we'll pick up with the box turtle, and then hopefully, maybe by then, I'll have a little bit more information and Steve about when we're going to start our collab stream. I placed an order from AliExpress, which is like the last big thing that I need to get here for our build series. So, but yeah, on that note, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, a great week, and hopefully I will catch you guys next time. I will reach out to the winners by tomorrow. I'll probably do it this evening, but by tomorrow for the LDO, again, I'll basically just ask you for your name, address, and phone number to give to Jason, and then for Polymaker, it'll be just the usual form, which I think Maurice was the one that won that. So, all right, everybody. And then RH, dude. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go into RH's Discord message, mark it as unread right this second, so that way I see it. Hold on. RH. There you are. Boom, dude. Dude, it was December 18th. It's been a month. Oh, God. It's been over a month since you sent that message. All right. It's marked as unread, so now it's back. It's back in the box. All right, everyone. I'll talk to you later. Cheers.